Back in the lab, episode 12 of
Brotivation, baby.
Yes, sir.
This is where
Spartans! What is your profession?
this is where most people
Sure.
quit. So guess what?
Yeah.
We're here to stay. Unfortunately for
I
you
thought we were
For the
we were
for the
calling it
long
raps
term.
after this.
For the long term, man.
Yeah, no, yeah. Oh shit, it's 12. So
Okay,
we
so
might as well put down the mics.
So for most people out there that don't know what we're talking about right now, I'll give you some context real quick. So most podcasts, 90% of podcasts that start on YouTube quit after 12 episodes because most people don't have much to talk about after 12 episodes. They run out of ideas.
Apparently.
To talk about. No, that's actually a legit fact. Like, it's actually, the statistics are legit.
Is
Well,
that
yes.
us? though?
Unfortunately.
The statistics are real.
Sadly, that's the reality.
Is that us?
Fuck no, it's
there
not.
are
Right?
endless things on the face of the earth that you can talk about. You are not going
Fucking
to
Spartans in this bitch.
die knowing everything, just because there's so much to learn and acknowledge.
All right.
I burped into
We
that.
got this. 12 episodes, nigga, times fucking 10,000. All right, that is 12,000 episodes.
Is it?
What the fuck? What?
I don't know. I don't
Maybe,
speak
maybe,
English.
maybe.
But you know what? I just want to thank y'all for tuning in, and I appreciate.
And I hope this episode doesn't get shouted.
we
down.
all we all appreciate the supporters
find out.
that subscribe and follow us and want to tune in and join us just for good old fashioned conversation, but also
Yes,
learning
sir.
things at the same time too.
Absolutely.
You're learning facts about the gym and motivation, and today we got a little bit of a different episode coming for y'all.
This is a deep dive episode.
Yeah, this is if you guys like rabbit holes and enjoy those types of things, well, this is the shift for you.
So let me
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
let me lay it out for all you viewers here. What do you guys usually do? Us men, what do we like to do when we are with the boys? You know,
Shoot the shit.
we shoot the
shit.
shit, right?
Technically.
When we're with the
Hang out and talk
boys,
shit.
maybe we're having a couple of brewskis. Okay,
Right.
you know, we're just having a fucking dudes night, right?
Exactly.
What do we like to do? We like to talk about some crazy shit, right?
Which is.
And that's what tonight is going to be. Tonight's episode is going to be about conspiracies and other urban legends, possibly.
Yeah.
We're going to deep dive into some crazy shit. Shit that you might already know about. Shit that maybe you don't know about.
Yeah.
Things we're going to put our points of views on things, and maybe you guys can bring this to your friend group, or better yet, interact with us. Tell us what you think. This is going to be a real good interactive episode, guys. Give us some more conspiracy theories that maybe that we didn't discuss, or that we maybe we didn't cover 100%.
Of course. Let
Right?
us know your favorites in the comments down below, or maybe you agree with us, maybe you don't. Please, feel free.
Yeah, this is supposed to be a kind of a relaxing, kind of a feel-good episode where you're just shooting the shit with the guys, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's what this episode's going to be about.
I definitely agree, Billy.
Right
Yes,
on.
sir.
That's the best way you can put it. And you guys are more than welcome to join us. And if you have joined us, thank you. Really happy. So now we can, honestly, man, we can just get on with the
Just
show.
get right in, bro. First
So-
topic,
Let's
first
just dive
topic.
right into it.
Full disclaimer, we're going to be mentioning some pretty
Graphic things, man.
insensitive things, if you will,
Yeah, to nowadays standards. So
to
we have
to the
somewhat abide by those.
to the liberal left-wing media, censorship, censorism.
Propaganda.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. We've been getting shadow
BS.
banned for a couple episodes now,
Yeah.
but that's not going to stop us because we speak our minds and we speak the truth.
Yes, sir.
I mean, some of our opinions may be fucking crazy, and not everybody agrees with them. That's fine.
But
That's fine.
we do ask that you keep your minds open and that you give your own opinion on things and not have anyone determine your own fate or your own opinions on what you think.
Right. And also, a quick tip for all you brothers out there. Just because somebody has a different political view than you doesn't mean that you should not be friends with them.
Yeah.
Right.
Growing up, becoming a mature adult, a man, one of those things that comes with it is you're not letting politics get in the way of your friendships or dictate your life.
Yeah.
Right.
That is actually very important. It's knowing when to walk away from the table.
Yeah.
And that is a
Yeah.
very important aspect in not just business, but in life in general. You don't always have to argue someone on their beliefs or their opinions, but I think it's a healthy discussion that goes on between, especially us as well. We may not, trust me, we are brothers, literally brothers in arms, and we do not agree on everyone's opinions, whether that be me and Isaac, me and Billy, or all of us combined, but we find a way past that because it's a healthy discussion, and we keep our minds open to seeing the other points of view on their opinions.
Yeah, and I've been getting some personal feedback from some of my friends and acquaintances,
Which is healthy, yeah.
and they haven't been agreeing with some of the things that we've said on the episodes. They've actually found it. No. I'm being completely sincere and honest here.
Go ahead.
No, we know. Believe me.
They've found it even offensive.
Oh,
Yeah.
very interesting.
So to that extent,
Vulgar.
to that extent, I just want to say I'm sorry it was taken that way, but we're not changing as a podcast. Okay.
We must say what needs to be said and what people need to hear, especially nowadays. We come from a very different time. You know, it's 2025. We were born in 96.
96.
Things were very different back then, so we want to kind of bring those into light as well.
We were the last generation to grow up outside.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
our parents would say very different, but
Exactly.
seeing the way the world is now, holy shit, some of you guys out there, yeah.
Go cut some
so
fucking grass. Maybe go say hi to a girl.
Please go out there and experiment things.
Yeah, I would.
This
Maybe
is how
go get a
we-
job.
This is how we learned. Gosh damn, it is very
I'd say
different.
that we learned the hard way.
Yeah, which is why people get offended
Maybe,
with the content. Yeah.
maybe not as much as our parents, because our parents have went through some tough shit. They, at least as far as I know, they grew
Shit,
up.
they grew up in
poor.
the 80s,
They
man.
grew up poor as fuck.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
oh,
had
yeah.
one bedroom sharing like 6-7 kids. So I'd
That
say we're
was my mom's family. I mean,
Yeah,
they
mine too.
grew up on food stamps.
my family as well. I'm not gonna dive deep into all that, but
No.
I'd say we grew up pretty grateful and pretty lucky, man. to
Yeah,
be
I have
honest.
to
Honestly,
definitely.
I
agree
gotta
with that,
give
yeah.
the grace up to God, man.
I truly
for-
believe when people
I
say
grew up.
they don't agree with our content and how we speak, they don't understand our perspective. And honestly,
because they had never seen it.
well, okay, so it just they don't know the context of like where we come from.
But-
and that's the tough part about people trying to understand where a person's coming from when they speak on a podcast.
It's
or they
also
speak, period.
it's also okay to disagree outright with something that we
Yeah.
say as well.
Of course.
You
Yeah,
just
of
don't
course.
you just
We-
don't agree with our point of view or our
Right.
mindset on it. And to that, guys, I fully respect that. Okay, I
Yeah,
really do.
I do.
course.
I do.
Everyone's got their own opinions.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
I hope that doesn't change anybody's perspective on friendship and stuff like that. But basically, a brotherly tip of advice from us Brotivators to you guys is just because you take something a certain way doesn't mean that it has to be that way.
Right.
So-
Yeah, it's not the be all end all. Just
Yeah.
Isaac just said right now.
Yeah.
No,
Me and Isaac hang out at least once or twice a week, sometimes even, and we're in our 30s. You know, we all got our own lives going on,
Unfortunately.
and you know, just because me and Isaac don't agree on something doesn't mean that I look at him differently or he looks at me differently. We're all brothers here. We all know that, but I want you guys to know that too, especially in your friend groups that you are very sincere with and that you've told a lot of things to. I hope that you can trust them and trust each other to realize that just because someone has a different political view or an outlook on women or whatever that matter is, that it doesn't mean you cannot get along with them or be friends with them. really open your mind to their side of the spectrum, their argument, and they will also do the same. If they are your good friend, they would.
I can say personally, I've been acquainted, friendly, or friends with people who lean more towards the left, Democrats.
I have those
left wing.
I have those
Okay.
as well. Yes.
I don't agree with them on pretty much 99% of things.
Yeah, but their personality is.
Yeah, but them as a person, you gotta put politics aside.
Yeah.
At some point, just because.
Of course.
So, if you're an avid follower or listener of this show, you know that we
Which
are.
you should be.
You
Click
should be.
subscribe button, obviously.
And
Why
if you're
wouldn't
not-
you be?
If you're not, it's never too late.
And you're also missing out on quality content.
Good quality, bad quality, it's quality. Yeah.
Either way, you know what? Quality over quantity, my friend. We don't push out videos every day, but gosh damn, when we do, it is fucking quality.
Word. So we are supporters of the Trump administration.
Yeah, as you couldn't tell.
Make America great again. I wholeheartedly believe in that.
America
The gray line,
again.
gray line flag right there,
That's right.
which a lot of people like to insinuate with the
Yeah,
Trump administration.
no, they like to sin like this.
Grab him by the pussy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I
That's
certainly
okay.
hope not.
He
With,
he still fucking won, even though
with
motherfuckers
consent,
Motherfuckers thought
obviously.
he was done when they heard that shit.
Grab him by the
They
pussy.
thought
So-
he was done.
Bill, you have a
But
thought?
he overpassed that shit.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I got a lot of thoughts.
Trust me, we
politics
all do.
aside, man, I mean you gotta look at the person for who they are.
Yeah, exactly.
Not
right,
for
right, right.
Yeah.
and a big part of who a person is what they believe in, right?
Yeah.
To believe in something means that you are justifying it to be real in your mind and your
Or
perception.
right. The
Or
right,
right.
way.
Yes, right.
Which is
Right,
why
right, right.
Which is perfectly fine. But as you know, over the course of human history, there's been people who have believed in a lot of
Yeah.
crazy fucked up things.
Yes.
Does that make them right? No. But did
Yeah.
they believe they were right? They did.
Yeah.
Well,
he did.
Hitler did. He believed he was on the right side of
Well,
the spectrum.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
definitely
and
getting
full-
into that. We're definitely
Full
getting into that.
disclaimer, guys. This episode is going to be again about conspiracies.
Very.
This is going to be for
explicit
educational, explicit educational
Content, yes.
purposes.
Yeah, for those of you for some reason are offended by that stuff.
No, but
which
yes,
is-
yeah,
you're taught
so-
this stuff in
Like I said,
schools
this
as
is
well.
Gonna, this is gonna
so
be educational purposes.
hopefully you
man.
are.
Yeah.
Honestly,
So
to educate people.
let me
So-
just say this:
Yeah.
we're going to be mentioning the Nazi regime, and again, it's for educational purposes,
Purpose
conspiracy
only,
theories. Okay. So in the case that we do get censored for this, I just want to apologize to the
It's
to the viewers and the
educational only.
fans
It's educational.
because I certainly hope we don't.
I definitely don't.
But
so.
nowadays, you can't talk about shit without someone censoring you, which is on the leftist side of things.
Right.
So
And guys, real quick before we dive into the episode, guys, where can you find us on? What platforms?
Okay, so
Dude.
you can find us on YouTube,
which is probably where you're watching right now.
Spotify,
But you can also check the links in the
Spotify.
description, which you
uh,
got Spotify, you got
TikTok,
Instagram, you got Facebook.
Instagram, Facebook,
Isaac already said TikTok.
and then we're gonna be on Rumble soon.
So if you're a
Yeah.
Republican
Yeah,
like
Rumble.
us, and you want to hear uncensored stuff, and you know
Rumble.
you don't want to hear none of that smorgasbord of
Let's
leftist
get ready to
propaganda
fucking
stuff they
Rumble,
got,
goddammit, yeah.
go over to fucking Rumble, man. You hear everything uncensored, fully unfiltered. It's a fucking good time over there. You're not getting censored like YouTube is and all these other platforms. We can talk about anything and everything, and you are able to join us freely.
Is it kind of like the Daily Wire, where they got guys going out to college campuses and asking these liberals,
Fuck the
what
Daily,
is a woman?
Fuck the Daily Wire.
Right?
We
I
will
mean,
do.
Have you seen those?
We will
videos?
do 5 steps above
Yeah,
the
I've seen
Daily
those,
Wire.
I've seen those, yeah.
Yeah. Ask them what is a woman, and they go, well, it's actually a perception of the spectrum. There's 72 different genders. It's what you perceive to
72
be.
now. Last time
it-
I was
it's-
familiar with it, it was 69.
I-
Not even a
I-
sex joke. I'm
I
being
see-
serious.
Must have. I don't
see
know.
2.
So it went up 72 now?
I conspiracy.
I guess so.
You guys are fucking crazy.
Trump
I hope our viewers aren't that
fuck
crazy.
Trump
obviously.
passed that bill.
We love you guys.
It's fucking too generous, dog.
But
Pass
all
that
right,
bill.
Oh, geez, it's been there since caveman times.
quick sip and a swig before we dive into this rabbit hole of an episode.
Yeah. Oh boy, I am actually excited, and I know you guys are as well, because I know after this you guys are gonna go look up some shit at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. about our rabbit holes.
That's what she said.
That was pretty good.
Not my asshole.
Thank you, man.
Rabbit holes.
All right, guys. So first conspiracy theory of the night is going to be one that we all lived through. The majority of us. in
Damn, I
this
already know which one.
age. Okay. September 11th, 2001, the terrorist attacks on 9/11, when Saudi Arabian nationalists who were affiliated with Al Qaeda,
Somehow hijacked a fucking plane.
multiple airplanes
Multiple, by the way.
crashed them into the north and south tower of the World Trade Center in New York City, and they hit the Pentagon allegedly.
No, they did.
Allegedly.
There's videos of that.
No,
There
what
actually,
you
yeah, there
let
actually is on the cameras.
There's
let-
videos of that, man.
let me get into that.
Oh, okay. You
And
Here
then-
we
You
go.
want to debate about that?
And then Flight 93, that was headed for the White House.
Right, and then that crash landed in Pennsylvania.
yes, Pennsylvania. Yeah.
So for all you youngins that don't know, 9/11 you may or may not know of, but if you don't, well, Billy just
Bro,
explained it.
I remember.
But this has been an ongoing conspiracy theory with Americans for an extremely, extremely long time, even till this day.
And before we go any further, sorry to cut you off here.
No,
but
go ahead,
I
Billy.
just want to say, full disclaimer, that this isn't to discredit anybody who lost their lives that day.
Yes,
this
no,
is not
absolutely
to
not.
discredit the first responders who were out there during those
Goddamn
tragic and
salute to
horrible
them.
attacks.
They knew what they were getting into, man. They sacrificed themselves to the very end, and
It's,
I salute them.
this
uh,
isn't to discredit
gosh damn.
any of those facts.
This is about
Facts of that day
So,
and the people who lived through
these
that
are
day.
just opinion based.
Yes.
Okay, very strictly opinion based, and I very well respect and salute the people that were going into that. We're strictly talking about the government and their cover ups.
Yeah.
Opinionated, obviously. We're all just sharing an opinion. This is not facts. Not.
Well, I mean,
Well, there might be some facts.
no, there's gonna be some facts, honestly, because like,
I'm saying it for the government purposes, man. Those
we're
just,
gonna talk about
no one's trying to get assassinated here.
because we know
All right.
we know some things that went down. on
Yes,
9/11,
we,
of
we,
course.
we know things, but
but
We could talk about JFK.
very
now.
opinion based.
Those files are getting leaked. The
Yeah.
JFK
maybe
assassination
another
files.
time, right?
They're getting leaked. There's a statute of limitations on those, and they're getting
Yes,
released.
we're very opinionated, boys.
so
aren't we?
okay, so
The government.
So honestly,
This
I
man,
think,
just
I think we're gonna be good.
This is just opinions on the government, right, gentlemen?
honestly, man, okay,
somebody
here-
comes
here-
knocking on my door. I got credentials. I think we'll be fine.
here's
You
the
will
thing.
not, because they will do
A
one
lot
of
of
two things.
a lot of
So-
Americans realized that day that they got woken up to reality that like, look, yeah, it's a great country, but like there's countries out there that don't like us, and they realized that a lot of Americans realized that on that day that there's countries out there that don't like us and they're after us, and
I mean, that's normal. When you're a
Yeah.
powerhouse of a country, a
right,
continent.
no, yeah, you're
Not
gonna,
just a
course.
powerhouse,
you're gonna have
the
haters, you're gonna
most
have,
powerful, strongest
predators.
country in the entire
you're gonna
world.
have enemies.
As of right now, let's not change that.
There's a reason why the president of the United States is also referred to as the leader of the free world.
Yes.
Right, exactly.
Because we spend billions of dollars on you other country folk if you're out there watching
Yeah, like the
from
Ukraine.
other regions and countries.
No, without,
Plenty of other countries. We give money to mostly other
Without-
countries.
without sounding like without like trying to censor us, like I truly believe like the Middle East is like second class to anything.
Well,
else in
they
the
are
world,
very
you know?
behind, but I would say that
I don't
Amman,
I don't see them as like
Jordan
human,
is
you know? I don't see them as
kind of
human.
associated with Americans because, well, we have an
'Cause
embassy in them,
we
Jordan,
purposely
which is
associate
Amman
ourselves
is the
with them.
capital of Jordan. So it depends what part of the Middle East you go for, but yeah, you want to go to the capital of Jordan if you're ever going to visit those countries because that's where the U.S. embassy is, and we
What about Dubai?
inlay some of our Dubai is a whole nother topic, Billy. That's a good thing you brought it up. It's a fake dystopian society country fucking place, man.
I heard that they manipulate their own weather there.
They really do. It's a fucking desert. How are they gonna make natural grass and all this bullshit without it
Yeah,
actually
right,
fucking
right.
raining? Unless you just plant sod
Very-
somewhere,
it's
but even the
it's
sod
it's
dies.
Very artificial. It's a very artificial.
Yeah, it
country.
is. I know a lot of people have their speculations
Yeah.
on who
A very
great.
rich country.
Right.
Uh,
So,
well,
so
it
when,
is,
when you're very rich,
but-
And they have royalty.
They have to
And
make
you can
make
things
things-
off of tourism,
you
just
can make
as
things artificial.
yes, it very is artificial. Not that
really
I
is.
would not go there just to kind of see how it is. I would love to go there, but at the same time, a lot of people have speculations on this dystopian society. Like, oh, it's so perfect, it's so great there. It really isn't. If you guys do a deep dive on that, you will find out that it's not how you think it is. It's like
Well-
going to California. It's not what
I
you
mean,
think.
a lot of rich people say you have to have money to have fun there. Like, you
Well,
have
no,
to do
Isaac,
things.
that is true. You are correct on that. It's very
Yeah.
important.
Trish and Tay said that best.
Geez,
dude.
their fucking police have supercars and all these things,
Yeah, they
but
have Lamborghinis. It's police
um,
cars. Yeah.
Dubai is very complicated to talk about because I know a bit about
I mean,
Arab culture
No.
and Muslim culture as
Well,
well,
celebrities-
Muslim religion. Sorry, I don't mean culture with that, but Arab culture as well. So they're kind of in the middle, because there are women from Dubai who are very popular, but they're able to show their skin and all this kind of stuff. Not like someone posting from Palestine, so to speak. So they are able to show things. It's very different. It's Americanized Middle East. Basically think of Dubai as that. Americanized Middle East.
Yeah, because I know that's
Seriously,
That's what it
I've
means,
done
dog.
a decent amount of research on this stuff, and you could see the women there as well. It's a dystopia. It's falsified. It's full of lies. It's built on slavery, and I know you could say the same about America,
how I feel
sure,
about- that's
but
how I
it
feel about
still
Middle-
is
that's
till
how I
this
feel
day
about the
built on
whole-
slavery.
The whole Middle East. Honestly, to be honest with you, dog, like you guys as women aren't good looking to begin with. They're hairy as hell. They don't look all that great. You
Jeez,
put bandanas on their heads, bro. Like what
Fuck
are you
me.
fucking hiding here, dog? They're not good looking.
That's
Are they fucking Italians, fucking white girls that are
hold
high as
on,
fuck?
don't.
Like,
what do
get
you
the
got
fuck
against
outta with that
Italians,
shit, dude?
Okay,
Get the
the
fuck outta here,
hijab
dude.
is a religious thing. That's between them and God. It's
What-
I
not
don't give a
cultural.
What's
fuck.
the issue with the Italians, huh?
No, there's no
That's
issue.
what I
The
wanna
issue
know.
is the issue is with the fucking people in the Middle East with me, dude.
They're stuck in some later times because they think it's the right way to go about things, even though they got
They
fucking,
can't get their hair at their ass. That's
entire
the fuck, that's the, that's
yes,
their
I know,
problem.
because
They
a
can't get their hair at
lot
their
of
ass.
them countries have so much
It's-
pride to the point where they cannot accept
No.
American culture.
So
American,
what does pride do? Pride freezes time.
Yeah,
That's the
as you can
problem.
tell by the Middle East.
So-
And
freezes
believe
time.
me,
We
I
got
very
a little
close-
off topic here.
No, we did because we have so much to talk
Yeah.
about. I just don't like.
We got
I
a
just,
little
I
off
just don't.
topic here.
I just okay,
ladies.
guys. I just don't like the Middle East. I just don't like the Middle East. I don't like the people in the Middle East. I don't like. I don't like them. I'm not gonna say their names because I want to get a shadow ban. I don't like the Middle East.
Well,
what
think-
names you got
okay.
besides our friends?
I think we're already on that
I don't want to say
brother.
offensive words. Yeah, I don't like the Middle East, and that's enough to not get shadow banned. Okay.
Look, even our friends who are from the Middle East say the same things that we are talking about. So there has to be some logistics to their opinions that they are speaking on.
I don't like the Middle East.
So-
let's get back to those. Get back to topics.
Back to the terrorist attacks on 9/11.
Yes,
There were 4 coordinated attacks.
apparently
Yeah, multiple.
somehow hijacked a plane.
The World
Yeah.
Trade Center, 2 towers. The Pentagon, the White
The
House.
Pentagon, the plane was crashed right in front of it, man. They
Mm.
have pictures.
Right.
of
So
that.
the only
No.
thing that didn't get hit was the White House.
The only thing that did not get hit in that coordinated attack was the White
So-
House, and that's because the
The
passengers on Flight 93 actually revolted against the,
Yeah,
the
they did.
hijackers, took back the cockpit.
And
Unfortunately, they
crashed
weren't
in
able to
Pennsylvania.
land, so before it could reach the White House,
they crashed in
they
Pennsylvania.
tragically but heroically crashed the plane in an open field
Yeah.
to prevent
Casualties.
the White
Other-
House from being hit.
yeah.
But
other
honestly, man,
casualties.
I truly believe the fighter jets that hover over the White House constantly would have got it. Would've
Okay,
got
so
them.
I'm
I
glad that you mentioned that
think- and
because
that's a
the
good conspiracy right there.
the attack on the Pentagon
You know what? Yeah, you got a good point there, man.
The attack on the Pentagon. The Pentagon, one of the most guarded places in the entire
you got a
world.
good point there.
If not the most guarded place in the entire world.
No one guards
besides
shit like America's
maybe
secrets,
The
man.
White House. Yeah, right?
Seriously.
I think the White House.
They will bury that ship
I think the White
to
House
the
is
to
the
the
Pentagon.
fucking Earth's core.
The Pentagon, if I'm not mistaken, should have surface-to-air missiles, anti-aircraft capabilities of some sort.
Yeah, Sam turds.
Okay, so at the time of September 11th of 2001, that technology was available and steadily being used. Would you think that was being used at the Pentagon? Yeah, yes or no?
Oh, as a government official,
I mean,
I'm not a government official, but
I would
If
I
you were
would go
put your
out a
shoes
far
in-
stretch and say that it was. Okay, second of all,
absolutely.
yeah.
second of all,
You want to guard CIA?
there's footage from neighboring businesses all around the D.C. Pentagon area. That footage was confiscated by the FBI almost immediately,
Wonder why.
but there is footage of the attack on the Pentagon on the side of the building that was allegedly struck by a Boeing 747.
There's pictures of that, man.
There's pictures. Yeah, there's videos of where's the plane? There's just a fucking white flash and there's an explosion. You don't see a plane.
That's all they
guys.
were able to capture because once it hit it, that was it. The cameras went out.
So you're telling me that you couldn't see a Boeing 747 for
Damn,
miles?
that's
No,
a big
absolutely
airplane.
not.
Do you know how
They were
big?
only to see it
the
from the
airplane is?
surveillance of that certain
do
area.
you
which
know
was
how
only a
big
couple
a
hundred feet.
Boeing 747
It's
is?
pretty fucking big.
That low to the ground.
It's pretty big.
You literally could look the pilot in the fucking eyes and say, "Hey, what's up, Bob?"
You can make up his face. Literally,
Okay.
you could see who's
Right.
sitting in it. You,
You
can see the
don't-
passengers.
It's pretty big airplane.
You don't see a plane. You just see poof, that side of the Pentagon goes up. It blows up.
Yeah.
Where's the plane? Why haven't they recovered the black box from that plane crash like they do with all other plane crashes?
Oh.
Well, apparently from the 9/11 attack, they only recovered the license or the wallets of those folk who apparently drove the plane.
I find that hard to believe. So you're
I
telling
do.
me that out of
That's
two
what-
Boeing
that's-
747s,
That's what they say.
out of two planes, commercial airliners that hit the World Trade Center, both towers, they were able to miraculously recover the credentials and IDs of the hijackers?
Yeah, absolutely. It
And that's
destroyed
all
an entire building and a plane with everyone on it, except for those.
And that's all that they could find. No black boxes.
Yeah, no, nothing else.
Nothing.
That was literally just their wallets. That's all they were able to recover. So it says, "Hey, look who it is. This is who did it."
Okay, so
But nothing else.
they were ID'd as Saudi Arabian nationalists. Is there a reason why we didn't go to Saudi Arabia and question them or fucking invade them because they attacked the country?
No, but instead we decided to invade Iraq
Iraq
for
and,
oil consumption.
and Afghanistan.
For oil consumption. Hoping to
These are the
find
questions.
Osama bin Laden.
Who orchestrated the whole attack?
Supposedly, he was also a CIA.
But dude, honestly, when Donald Trump,
That's,
when
That's what people are still speculating till now this day,
When
that he was a
fucking-
CIA. That's why he was so hard to pinpoint and find, quote
Dude.
unquote.
when Donald Trump was running for his first fucking term and during the Republican debates, he was telling people, he said, "Look, with the war in Iraq should have never been a thing. We should never went into the war in Iraq. It was a fucking waste of time." And he was fucking telling people, man, and he was educating people, and he was telling them, left and right, that
Well-
we should never went into the fucking war in Iraq. It was a waste of fucking time.
Technically,
He's a businessman. He knows what the fuck he's talking
yeah,
about.
as a businessman, sure. I think
Yes.
there's a lot of reasons that you could have sure invaded Iraq or Afghanistan trying to portray our American values
Of
on.
course, yes, wars,
countries,
wars make
which-
money. Yes, I know.
Well, sure,
Fortunately.
especially
Do you
if you're a private
guys-
company.
Do you guys remember seeing the video of former President George W. Bush being told that the World Trade Center was just hit by an airplane?
Yes, I do.
He was reading a book to an elementary school,
Yeah, too. I'm just going back and forth.
and
yeah.
one of his Secret
Yep.
Service agents, advisors,
come
whoever,
to his ear. Yeah,
whispered
they-
into his ear
Yep. He said
Um,
America's been under attack.
and riddle me this: is one of the reasons why we went to Iraq it was to look for weapons of mass destruction, or was that Desert Storm?
Even Donald Trump said it. He
What?
said there
You
was
never heard of that?
was none. Yeah, Donald Trump said there was no mass.
I
destruction.
believe-
Motherfucker,
There
we're
was
America.
none.
We have massive
I believe
weapons
it
of
was-
destruction all over. We
I-
can nuke any country in the world.
No, I'm talking
I
about any other
believe that
country,
it
though.
was the second war in the Gulf that weapons of mass destruction were being looked for. But really, they didn't find any. You want to know why? Because none of them existed. We were there for oil, and we were there to wipe out Al Qaeda and Taliban,
Supposedly.
and restabilize the region and rebuild the country.
Restabilizing a region isn't just wiping out Al Qaeda, but it's also showing the American values in order for them to build upon.
That's so you're
that was
telling
the
me
bullshit.
that we
Just
were
just sending in Marines to wipe out a militia is not building
what?
Historically,
the
the United
country
States-
of
Iraq.
or Afghanistan.
Historically, the United States of America does not do good against guerrilla warfare tactics.
no shit.
Look at the Vietnam War.
Learn that in Vietnam.
Yeah. During the
against
Revolutionary War.
Vietnamese,
Definitely
Japan.
Japan. Yeah.
They had some crazy traps, man. And
Look at the
our troops were-
Revolutionary War when we fought for our independence
Especially
against Great
Vietnam.
Britain. What were some tactics? Guerrilla warfare. We were fighting the redcoats, as they called them, the Brits, unconventional.
You gosh dang Brits.
Until the colonies under George Washington, until they were able to come together and form the Continental Army,
You know, I'm surprised.
we couldn't face them in open combat
yeah.
because they were the most sophisticated, the largest empire in the world, and the best military in the world at the time.
I just want to say.
At the time.
I just want to say this real quick, guys. My grandpa, he was in the Vietnam War, and I guess you know. Sometimes
Yeah.
in your life, people tell you a story, you just never forget it.
Yeah.
He told me. He
Absolutely.
said. He was like 18 years old in the Vietnam War, and
Some of them are 16 even.
yeah, and he had the M16.
barely,
He had the
but-
M16, and it was a 3-round burst. No. Actually, it was a fully automatic, and it was light. It kept catching on fire, and
Yeah.
and they
That's
had to,
expected.
The weapon platform
especially-
wasn't designed for jungle warfare.
right,
Yeah.
right, and like honestly, I truthfully, guys, I'm surprised my uncle, my grandpa survived this fucking war.
Let's just
because-
go again, Chad.
I'm surprised he survived
Let's
because
just go again.
he dodged. He was in the fucking jungle, dodging all the booby traps and everything, and he survived.
Yeah. Salute to your grandfather, man.
Warren, I love you, man.
But
but
my
here's
uncle served from 71 to 73, the last 2 or 3 years of the war. And
My grandpa and
he was
his brother
exposed
did
to Agent
too.
Orange, and he's
Wow.
Yeah.
facing effects of that too.
and
this
he
day.
and
holy shit.
the last thing I want to say, my
you for
grandpa,
sharing,
my
Bill.
grandpa, he told me, he was like, look, they handed me, they came up with a new strategy. Okay, so the gun was fully automatic, the M16.
Blueprint.
It's a brand new gun, but they handed it to him as a 3-round burst, and they said,
Yeah.
okay, guys, we're gonna use this gun as a 3-round burst, and it's gonna help with, because the guns were catching on fire as fully automatics, right? And they were struggling to keep this gun cool because it was catching on fire as a fully automatic gun.
Yeah, you're fully rounding the son
And
of a bitch.
And they said that when they made a 3-round burst, that just did it, because that kept it cool enough where you shoot 3-round burst and it
Yeah.
didn't catch it. Because
3 rounds is also more accurate
My
as well.
grandpa was telling me he kept
It's
trying
designed
to
for ammo.
he kept trying to tap
Yeah.
on it. He kept trying to tap on it to keep it cool, to like with his towel or whatever, to keep it cool. But it wasn't working as a full
Yeah, because the barrel will get extremely hot.
right, exactly.
Frying that bitch
exactly.
fully auto.
Right, and this was in the 1960s.
That's why the Brownings, they would
You know,
also
19
carry around,
And that war was
little
like
stands on them as well.
In
but
that
also
war-
if they were holding them.
that
it was-
war was 1960s, 1970s, and he in 19 whatever it was. They handed him a 3-round burst, and he said that was perfect. That worked perfect, and that
Yeah.
helped him out big time.
Yeah,
And that's all I remember from him telling me.
I will
his
say this
stories.
though, honestly, Isaac, that's a great
You know?
story to hear because Vietnam, our troops were heavily underprepared, man.
Dude,
heavily
those jungles
underprepared.
were
They-
fucking ruthless.
Yeah.
He
They
told me,
use a
dude.
lot of
He
guerrilla
told me.
warfare.
My grandpa told me he walked
Just like
past,
Billy said earlier.
I hate to try to take up this, but he walked past guys that he was brothers with. They were impaled by the fucking bamboo
Yeah.
sticks, dude.
A lot of
Dude,
fucked up traps.
he's-
They
dude-
use barbaric.
he's seen so much.
Tactics.
He's
They
seen
would,
so much
they would
crazy
coat
shit, dude.
those bamboo spikes and those bamboo
Yeah,
pits
with,
feces.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
A lot of poisonous shit. They
Bamboo
get
grows very fast, and I believe
Yes,
it,
exactly,
I believe
yes,
it was.
yes.
Yeah.
I believe it was MythBusters that proved that was factual.
Yeah, dude. Bamboo sticks grow
You
fast.
put a a corpse, a body, a piece of
Yeah,
meat.
dude.
It's gonna,
Even with the
it's gonna
footing as
grow.
well, they would cover them with
Yeah.
nails. So when a soldier would step in them, they would be poisoned by something, whether it be fucking venom or, like you said, feces as well. A lot of nasty shit,
No,
dude.
dude. Yeah,
So-
he would walk past like a field and like he said that he'd see the fucking like 20 feet, 15 feet in the air, and the body's like it's fucking impaled 15 feet.
Yeah, they
above
would.
the fucking body. Like, dude, that's how fast it's growing, dude.
Vietnam, we
You know.
the military personnel in that.
There's still quite a bit of
really-
those veterans around to this day.
Yeah. There's, my grandpa
Not-
was one of them, but he
I
passed
don't
away
know.
from something else. So
I don't
Rest in
know
peace,
if
Grandpa
there's
Sam.
any-
You
rest
know,
in peace, Grandpa.
I want you guys to know this real quick.
also his brother.
So my grandpa, and
Jeez.
I told you about him. He was in the Vietnam War. But my uncle from my aunt's side, he
Mm-hmm.
was in the Afghan-Iraq War. But the thing, what gets me is like, he has photos. He showed me photos on his fucking phone of like guys getting their head blown up by a 50
Yeah,
cal
they're
and this and that.
they're.
But my
they're-
grandpa doesn't have photos, obviously, because he was in the
Notorious.
60s and 70s. So it makes me think in my head, what is more ruthless of a war? The war from Iraq or the war from Vietnam?
the war itself.
Because the war in Vietnam, he doesn't have photos, my grandpa. But the war in Iraq, my uncle, I don't want to say his
Well,
name, but he has photos. He
he's
showed me
got-
photos. And
the
he
war
showed me
has
photos on
always
his phone,
been the
and it's
same,
fucking
Isaac.
graphic.
Your
dude.
grandpa's got photos. They're just all in his head.
yeah.
Good point. Yeah, that's a great point.
The war is all the same, Isaac.
Yeah.
Whether it's today or whether it's fucking thousands of years ago.
War at the end
war
of the day
is-
is the rich and powerful wearing suits and ties, sitting in comfy chairs, ordering young men
Yeah.
to go sacrifice their lives.
It really is.
for the cost of democracy.
Yeah, that's.
You know what the hell
in a-
D-Day
in a-
was?
In a nutshell, dude.
Those
yeah.
boys were fucking less than 18 years old,
Yeah.
subjected to a beach, Normandy, just getting obliterated by German fire. Off
Yeah,
Can you
man.
can you
for the
imagine?
sacrifice
getting
that
off-
we have today.
Can you imagine the boat?
I can't.
It's
I
called.
don't want to, Billy.
It's called a Higgins boat. Those were the personnel carrying boats that they used from the main ships to carry troops.
Those boys were fucking less than 18. They lied about their age so they can go see war.
And-
You know they were excited to go see war?
Yeah,
Some of
They
them,
were excited to serve.
they
their
were
country
excited.
because
They want to shoot Nazis
They had a purpose.
and Germans.
The ramp on those Higgins
And that's
boats
the truth.
goes down, and you just see all your friends get mowed down in the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
There's people. I mean, Saving Private Ryan. Okay,
Yeah,
that
that's a
is
good
That was a
the
good,
opening scene of that movie.
Well, that was a good example of how
Right.
gruesome and nasty war can be.
Yeah.
there
I'm
were,
not saying that's how it happened,
there were reports though, Justin. There were reports
they wanted to
Uh,
show something with that movie.
of actual World War II veterans who served in the D-Day
Yes.
campaign.
Yes, I've watched
Watching
some of those.
that
yeah.
movie, they had to walk out because it was so hyper realistic for them to watch
yeah,
that.
Really?
That
Yes.
movie was,
Yes.
dude.
Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg, one of their greatest films ever.
All time.
It really was,
All
dude.
fucking time.
All
And
it
I
was-
recommend you young
Nin-
guys out there never seen it because we
1998. Yeah.
we watched that movie long
Tom
ago.
Hanks,
But
yeah.
for those of you who haven't, you should watch Saving Private Ryan
really
if you
good
want to
movie.
see the people that sacrifice for this damn country for the way that we could live nowadays.
If you want to
Watch
know,
that shit. You will not want to fucking think of the way that you do nowadays.
if you want to know why you have the ability to have a safe space and to cry when words you don't like are being heard, watch that movie.
Watch that shit. You will never ever want to be on that beach, nor wish it on your worst enemy
You know,
in the face of
I
the
want to
earth.
say this about all those guys that died. Those guys, when those shields came down, they got shot in the head. I know they said to themselves, I hope people in the future talk about me and remember me. And right now, as we sit on this couch, we remember and we talk about them, man. You know.
Well, Dwight D.
They always
Eisenhower,
will.
Dwight
You
D.
know?
Old former President Dwight D. Eisenhower, he was actually in charge of the D-Day campaign, and he had a speech sent over all channels, all radio channels, for the troops invading.
They actually lacked a lot of support in that time. They should have got the support that they needed, but it wasn't enough time that they.
So one of the opening lines in
That they had.
in Ike's speech to the troops before they went onto shores was soldiers, sailors, and airmen. You are about to embark upon the great crusade towards which we have striven these many months. The eyes of the world are upon you. Just that line alone.
Damn, that's deep, man.
Not to forget the paratroopers who went behind enemy lines and
That jumped out of the planes under heavy flak fire.
yeah. Also, even before they
in the
fucking
wee
even
hours
jumped
of the
out, the
morning.
fucking plane got blown up.
Yeah.
And
That-
this shit is real. You know, some of these, I know a lot of these movies. Sorry, Billy, I don't mean to cut you off or anything, but I know a lot
It's
of these
okay.
movies like to depict, you know, of course, for action things and stuff like that, and video games, of course. You know, it's Hollywood.
It's
but
entertainment.
but
Just,
a lot of it also
like-
is truth, too,
I like
depending on who you watch.
I like watching
Um,
the guys that like go down to the deep sea ocean, like down to like 5, 6, 7 miles deep in the ocean, and they go find the USSRs battleships that have been blown to smithereens.
Russian
and they find them.
to
They found
Soviet mother.
27,000
The
feet
United Soviet Socialist Republic.
deep. Yes,
That's
25.
what you mean, right?
Yes, exactly. Yes,
Okay.
They still got outhouses
27,000
till this
feet
day.
deep in the ocean, down in because this one guy,
Well, that's a very different.
Can you imagine how many souls were trapped in that floating tin coffin? Just like Pearl Harbor.
They drowned.
right.
to death.
The
Yeah,
USS Arizona went up.
Yeah.
How many souls were trapped in that boat that they could not recover, and they tried.
So
They tried, dude.
They turned that into a memorial in Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
that
My
was- that was a
my
brutal- that was a
personal
brutal
point of
event
this,
right there.
guys, that you are watching is whoever you see who is in the military, and even if you're a leftist and you like to complain how you hate America for their little insensitive bullshit that you cry and whine about, just not forget these brave souls who men and women risk their lives in order for this country to be where it is now. The freedoms that you were able to speak about the president and the government within itself. Other countries, you cannot do that. You really cannot. They have
I hate
kings.
to-
Some of them countries even have kings, like the Middle East Isaac was talking about earlier. They still have kings, bro. They still have kings. We have a president that you're able to speak freely about on social
Yeah, talk
media
about the
and
president.
not
I
get
remember.
Go to North
harmed
Korea.
I
by
remember-
certain people.
Look, fuck that. I remember back in November, Billy was like, "Dude, Trump's not gonna win, man. This country has gotten so woke." And I remember he fucking said that.
honestly, I said the
I
same
remember he said
thing,
that.
and we are all
I
Republican
knew-
here, and I was
I
so
knew he was gonna
fucking
win.
surprised, and
I knew
I'm
he was gonna
thankful
win.
that Trump has won because he has called out the government, at least one branch of the government, on their dirtiest secrets that our spending money has gone to something
Not to
he
that
was
is
mention-
gonna win.
wasteful.
Not to
That's why
mention,
Elon is the head of it.
I was just
which
that's
is
what
Doge,
I was going to say.
of course.
That's
Uh,
exactly what I was.
little meme there, but-
Department of Government Efficiency.
Yes, which
So,
Elon is head of.
We
So-
got pretty off track again,
these are
But-
conspiracies.
but we are talking about the attacks on September
That's
11th.
why I said a few topics. You know.
Dog,
Because, yeah.
I'm telling you, it's
This-
hard
this
to
is-
not go on schizo
is,
tangents.
yeah.
And
So-
you know what? People love schizo tangents
We left
nowadays.
off
So
with the Pentagon.
Jesus Christ, we got
If
off
you
on
guys,
9/11.
if you guys have not, seriously, the two
Yeah.
weeks. If you have not seen footage of the Pentagon attack, look it up.
I've seen it. Yeah, I've
You
seen it.
will not see a fucking plane hit.
don't
the
look
Pentagon.
at us. You got to look at these folk out here. These
I
young
mean,
generals.
okay,
Because
so
they're
both-
23.
The both of you
No.
said no. There's video that a
No,
plane
I've
hit
seen,
the
I've
Pentagon.
seen video. I've seen video. Yeah, but the problem,
yeah.
the
There's
problem.
there's no plane, Isaac.
I've seen.
There's no plane.
I know,
Isaac.
Billy. That was the fucking joke. That was the
I've
point of the
seen
fucking
video with the
bloody
plane.
thing,
I've
mate.
seen video with the plane.
Show me then.
Can I
I can
piss?
fucking
Am I
say
allowed
it
to
to you
piss?
I can
this
show
Am I
you-
allowed to
so,
piss
yeah.
on my own podcast?
No.
Go use the bathroom, bro. Okay, so here's
I
the
don't
thing.
know. It's 1 against 1. So.
1 against 1, 2 against 1. Go use the bathroom. So here's the thing. So I've seen video, but that video that they have from the surveillance cameras at the Pentagon is very low FPS.
You're gonna
You
fucking
mean-
see a plane, dude.
You mean graphic fidelity, motherfucker?
very
It's not
low
FPS.
FPS.
It doesn't matter if it's 30 frames or fucking
No,
60.
No, it's very low. It's
graphic
very low.
fidelity.
So
You are going to
The
see a
camera shot-
fucking plane
Graphic
nose
fidelity.
diving into the Pentagon.
So it's not in 4K.
even when the
it's in 4 fucking 20.
we're talking 2001, dude. Okay, so yes, the
That's what
technology
people like
was
to
good,
think.
But
Not to
I
mention, Isaac-
I saw the plane. I technically saw the plane myself in that video. Even the shot was shitty.
Well, thank God, Isaac. I'm
Black
so
and
glad
white.
you were there at the Pentagon. Can you describe?
The fucking video, man, was black and white. It was shitty FPS. It's probably 15 FPS.
Graphic fidelity.
I still saw the plane hit the fucking
Graphic
Pentagon.
fidelity
Yes.
is very different than
Okay.
FPS, guys.
I have a-
so
The
you
video
know.
does not. Camera does not lie. I mean,
It does lie.
no, it doesn't.
The government.
People
man, the
lie, but
government.
cameras don't lie.
The government also lies.
Government lies, but cameras don't lie.
They want the cameras
I
where they
saw it.
want them to be.
The government can manipulate cameras.
Of course they can. They can
Dude,
put
they
them
can
out of
have-
context, but the camera shows a plane hitting the fucking.
They
Pentagon.
want America to feel safe. Okay, I watched the South Park
So
episode on this.
so
I
what-
know
what-
it's
what-
Oh,
crazy,
so you're an
right?
expert now.
I know, right?
So are we
I
disagreeing
watched
on
the
the
South
fucking
Park
Pentagon
episode
here?
on this, and the reason that they want to say 9/11, they want to have people insinuate their conspiracy theories on 9/11 is because they don't want people to sit there and think that, wow, the government and the politicians cannot keep America safe. So they want people to run with their conspiracy theories that they believe. Apparently, that was South Park's take on it. Because if
comedy show,
they
dude.
Well, if it was The
hold
Simpsons,
on,
I'd probably
Isaac,
believe it.
They always have some kind of shit. Here, however, the thing is, I sort of agree with that in a way, because if they were to come out and say, yeah, hey guys, we knew this shit, it was just bullshit, you guys are all right on the conspiracy theories, that puts people in fear, the American populace in fear, because that shows the American people that, wow, we are funding all of our taxes to the American military, which is most of where your taxes go, guys, by the way, for you newcomers. That, wow, we're putting all our money in taxes to the American military, and they can't keep us safe from a simple intrusion, from someone hijacking a plane.
The military can keep us safe. The government.
So they want to
government
let people
orchestrates
run with their
things.
conspiracies in order to keep the populace, saying, okay, well, it was a fraud or whatever, all this stuff. But
Did you guys know? Did you all know that if you watch footage from when the World Trade Center was getting hit by those airplanes,
yeah, there was also other bombs
surrounding
before.
buildings,
Yes, there was bombs going off before the planes even hit.
buildings in the surrounding
yes,
area, Isaac,
yes,
blocks
Yes.
next to the World Trade Center, even were getting leveled.
Even with the material, apparently you cannot melt this. I forgot.
Jet fuel
please.
cannot melt steel beams.
Yeah, and supposedly the steel beams were also obliterated in that. So,
So why-
you
so-
can find a license and wallets of someone, but
So why
you
did
can't find
why,
anything else. No,
so why did the
everything
build-
else was gone.
why did the buildings collapse then?
Why? Because those were, you watch video, guys. There were bombs planted in those buildings. Like
Yeah.
when they demolition a
Yeah.
building,
There-
they have
there-
to level
there-
it from the top down,
Yes.
so it collapses like
Literally vertical.
Yes.
Like, it doesn't
Like an
topple
accordion.
or anything
Like-
like that.
like
yeah,
an
so
accordion.
just
there are explosions in
Level by
surrounding
level.
buildings. Just after the first plane hit.
yeah. There was another one that
So
went
you
off.
don't, you don't think
Yeah.
you don't think it's just the
So-
airplane itself that made the building collapse?
No,
No.
because so you would think if an airplane directly fucking slammed in there,
I
shit, you would-
disagree.
that shit would
I
topple.
disagree.
So
It would topple very different angles.
Remember
I
watching
definitely disagree
video?
with you guys on
Those when those planes hit the tower.
Yeah.
When it hit the towers, they went pretty much completely into the fucking tower.
Yeah,
You
and
could
it was
barely see
bum,
the,
bum, bum,
the
bum, bum,
plane
bum, bum,
again,
bum, bum, bum.
Right.
right?
exactly,
And
right.
then poof,
You-
explosion.
We're talking about a behemoth here. We're not talking about a car crashing into a building. We're talking about a full-on plane.
Okay,
There's
but-
footage from people on the streets
No, there
when
is. There
when
is.
the, when the
Yeah.
first plane hit, because they go, wow, these planes are low. They hear him. they got videos on, or they're doing
There's many
some
different
something
angles
else.
as
But
well.
guys,
And
you
there's
have to-
video of the first plane coming and hitting the fucking tower.
You have to understand
Man.
though.
Yeah, and it doesn't do nothing apparently.
Okay,
quote
so
unquote.
let's get this straight. So the first plane that hit the North Tower, the first plane, there wasn't that many videos because obviously no one knew what was going on.
Well, there's plenty of videos now.
No. But okay, so
They
Tower
just surfaced though.
Tower 2, there was all eyes on the Twin
South
Towers,
Tower.
on the South Tower, yeah. But
Mm-hmm.
the second tower, there was that one New York video of they were actually doing like the video, and then they saw the plane coming over, and they're like, holy shit, what was that? And then they point over to the North Tower, and then it hits. But the thing is, the North Tower falls first before the South Tower because the plane hit lower than the South Tower, right?
So,
But
so
we're
So
talking
you
about
can't
the-
fucking say it. You can't.
But we're
say-
saying the way it collapsed, though.
it
It
collapsed. because-
collapsed as if it was. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
No, but
Not
it collapsed because
toppling.
the South Tower collapsed first, even though it hit last, because that plane hit lower in the tower.
So are
So-
you suddenly an architectural
No.
engineer now? And,
Yes,
and
because-
you know
because-
how buildings like go.
Okay, so yeah, but
Can I
it
piss?
doesn't. Go ahead.
No.
But it doesn't. It doesn't take a rocket science to know
One
that like
against one.
if a tower hits lower into a plane, it's gonna collapse first versus the plane that hits higher into the tower.
But you do realize that
You know, that's
But
why
even then,
that's why
that's-
it's South
but
Tower
even then,
hit
that-
first, but collapsed first.
But even then, if you were to hit the top, it'll still somewhat topple over. Everything just
not.
kind of like
and
like by level.
do you
but
guys
not
remember
right away. It
Do you
takes
guys remember that the towers crumpled? I mean, pretty much straight down.
no, it did. It did.
Yeah, which
But I'm saying though,
a lot of
I'm saying that-
firefighters.
I'm just saying that's all I'm
also
saying.
risked
All
their
I'm
lives.
saying is the South Tower collapsed first, even though it got hit last because the plane went lower into the into the building.
I don't know if I can believe you, but I can respect your opinion on it.
How the fuck do you not agree though? It literally hit lower into the tower.
Oh, he. See, guys, that's what liberals do. Hey, I respect your opinion. Fuck you. See?
no liberals.
No, no, I'm not.
They don't even respect the bloody opinion.
I'm not fucking liberal.
They just want to tell their
the
emotions.
tower hit lower on the south one than
I'm
the
going
north
to
one.
piss. Fuck you, Billy. In your opinion.
I'm gonna piss after you. And take your mic off, all right? Before you fucking drag the whole fucking setup.
All right, we will be back momentarily.
Fuck him. We can go without him. But here's the thing, though.
All right.
Like,
Full
the-
sun.
The South Tower was impacted lower than North Tower.
Let me ask
It's
you something.
gonna collapse first before this North Tower did, though.
They
That's the thing.
recovered the black box from Flight 93. Did they recover the black boxes from either of the planes that hit the towers? Yes or no?
I mean, I don't know what the black box is, though.
So, in the event that a plane crashes or it's destroyed, you know, it's supposedly the super secure, indestructible audio recording device that's positioned in the cockpit. So you can hear the final moments of, you know, like the pilots relaying information to the airports, like the towers.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
Okay,
the only
right.
videos I know of is like the civilians on the fucking airplane that are calling. That's it. I've
Yeah,
seen those.
yeah.
Well, no, not
Those
just those.
calls are recorded, sure,
The
because those
the
went
calls
to
from
the
the
service
tower too. The calls,
companies. Yeah,
the call from the tower. Where people
all mobile calls and landline calls. Yeah, you could get those pulled, sure. But what I'm talking about are the black boxes from the planes itself.
I'm not too sure.
Is there any evidence that black boxes were pulled from either of the planes that hit the towers? Yes or no?
I don't know,
I'm gonna
Billy,
say
were they?
No, I'm gonna say no because I'm
No.
not too sure.
I
No,
have
they
yet.
weren't.
I have
I haven't
yet.
seen them. Yeah.
I have yet to see or hear any videos or footage about either of the planes that hit the World Trade Center. But there is a black box recovered from Flight 93. Is there a black box recovered from the plane that allegedly hit the Pentagon?
I will say, man.
No.
Dude, honestly, dude, the
No, just their
the
wallets.
calls.
Well,
They're-
not with
they're-
the
okay,
Pentagon,
so-
Nothing was recovered from the Pentagon.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard
Weird.
those fucking calls on YouTube of the? It's
Close
very,
call,
it's,
huh?
It's very disturbing. It's very disturbing of the fucking people that like are calling for help,
Yes.
and they're
Yeah.
on the fucking tower. They're on no, my bad. They're on the tower, yeah. and they're calling, and it starts to collapse as they call.
Yeah, it's
That's
fucked up,
fucked- that's
man.
fucked
And
up,
that's
dude.
why we
It's
a lot of
fucking
people
sad,
who go
dude.
to the gym, they do the
do
every
what?
anniversary of the
every year.
they do the
At the gym?
steps, the stairs, the stairs of the firefighters.
Oh, I didn't know
they-
that.
I do
didn't
that
know
every year.
Yeah, Billy
Damn,
does
I
it
didn't know
as
about
well.
that. Okay,
Um,
what did they do? Like 120 some steps?
A
'Cause
lot
it's-
more than
it's,
that.
It's like because those towers like 110 stories. I
Billy,
think,
what was
yeah.
the steps that they do? I'm sorry, I don't want to.
Oh,
Just,
jeez.
get this
Offhand,
wrong.
I don't
It's-
know.
No, it's like 120.
Um,
It's like 110 steps or something.
It
like
goes
that.
up.
A lot more.
Not a lot more.
Hang
Like,
on.
I say like 120.
I'll look it up,
at the
guys.
max.
I just-
Because the firefighters ran up all the stairs and they risked their lives.
I know they did. I
without
know they did.
even-
But those like I said, they're like 110, 120. Wait, you got
So
200? Like no, they're like
no,
110.
I'm not
Okay.
saying that.
So the
It's between
World Trade Center stair climb workout. It's climbing or walking the equivalent of 110 stories or 2,200 steps.
right. That's what I'm
That's what
2,200
it is.
steps.
Yeah,
But 110 stories. That's what I'm saying. 110
Yeah.
stories.
I do that every year.
2,200 is.
I have done
the
that
number
every
we were
year
thinking
since
of.
I got into working out. 6 or 7
That's cool,
years
man.
ago,
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and not to mention the gear that they carried on them, which is
There's people.
Right,
a
like eight-
lot, man.
eight-
I know
Yeah.
a personal firefighter, and we.
Are you guys
all
familiar
do,
with the
so.
story of the man with the red bandana? No.
I
I'm
know.
familiar.
I know the guy that like they remember the famous photo of the guy that was upside down falling to his death. I remember that one.
Actually, a lot of them did commit
All the guys that were jumping from from
the
towers.
unalived themselves.
There was like this
With
famous
that.
photo
You
of
could
a
see
guy
There
that
goes
was
the
videos
censorship.
of no, we said unalive.
I know
So it's
that's
fine.
what I'm saying. We're doing a good job now, guys.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
No,
what happens with
unalive
the
is fine.
video. We'll
You,
see,
you could
man.
say that.
Yeah.
They unalived themselves. You could see people's videos and stuff
Man,
of,
look,
of
People
jumping
jumping
from
I don't care,
from the
guys.
top.
the tower.
If this gets that bad, we speaking from the heart, man.
Fuck, man, it's
That's
fucked
what
up.
that's what matters to me, dude.
So
I
guys,
don't like this shit.
the story of the man with the red bandana. His name was Wells Crowther.
Okay.
He was a Boston College student. He was attending Boston College when the September 11th attacks happened.
Yeah.
Boston.
And when he heard of what was happening, he traveled to New York City and he assisted in rescue efforts. Just a regular guy. He played, I think, lacrosse. I think he was a lacrosse player for Boston College, Division One.
Mm.
And he was always known his whole life, by his family and friends, and then he would always wear this red bandana. The same bandana, he would have it on him at all times. And before going into the World Trade Center, he actually rescued 10 people. He rescued 10 souls out of the World Trade Center before he ultimately succumbed to when the towers collapsed. He tragically passed away when the towers collapsed right on top of him. He rescued 10 people, and
guys,
he tried countless others. And there's stories and accounts of people that he did rescue talking about him, and they didn't know who he was. He was just referred to as the man with the red bandana. And during recovery efforts, they discovered his remains, and they knew it was him because he had the red bandana on him still.
Damn.
His name was Wells Crowther.
Okay,
Rest
so
in peace to that hero.
there was this famous photo of a guy that
Way
was,
to go
that was
out.
upside down, falling from the North Tower, and no one never was able to confirm who he was in that photo. But some photographer was was taking photos of people that were jumping from the
They were jumping from the tower, yes.
from the tower. Yes, right. And they had nowhere to fucking go. They were trying to wave their shirts or whatever.
I'm laughing.
And they were
Billy
just
had
they
to
were just starting to
confirm.
jump. They were starting to jump from 110 stories. They were like, you know what? I'm just gonna die.
That was better
Yeah,
than
they-
burning alive. They-
Burning
they
alive.
thought-
Yes, right.
And I'm not saying that I'm saying that from experience. I'm just speculating
Jeez, Billy.
what they probably were thinking, right?
I don't
Yeah.
care how low you are in your life. If any kind of human being, that is like, you look down, dude. You look down at 110 stories. You know what? I'm jumping. I'm dying. I'm not living. I'm done. This is it. That's it. I don't care who you are,
Whether
what you've gone through.
they
I don't
go
give a
out on their
fuck
own
what-
terms.
I don't give a fuck what you've gone
And-
through, what you've gone through, what I gone through.
being fucked by some
That is
fucking Al
it.
Qaeda little scumbags.
That is it. Right. Why do you think I don't like Arabs? They might get sensitive.
They're not all the damn same. It's
Way to
very
go,
different
Isaac.
shit. They all got militia in their fucking own territories.
Okay, I won't mention too much like you did with Disney. But here's the thing.
They
What
all-
about Disney?
You mentioned it like 10 times
Look,
last episode. All right?
You got those
10.
people.
That's why you got
Try
two
it like
views.
100.
All right.
That's why I got two.
Bloody hell.
That's why I got 2 views.
Y'all got them people in their
We
own
all-
countries too, just like everybody else in
Right.
Germany and the other countries that suffered with fucking shit militia and territories going. It's not just a general population of
educational
the
purpose
people.
only YouTube, okay? I promise.
So, yes, guys.
Yes, even people during Germany and World War II and World War I have suffered from the Nazism of.
well,
Germany.
The Nazi regime wasn't around during World War One.
Well, I know that, Billy. Thank you for pointing that out. But I'm saying
I got
these countries have also had civilian life in them.
Yeah.
And I know Isaac
I
likes
know
to
what you
think it's
mean.
all Arab and Arab. It's not.
I know.
These people are living peacefully in these countrysides and things like that. And
I know what you
they
mean.
are
just
being
for
struck by
historical
militia.
accurateness, I just wanted to say that.
no, I know, Billy.
Be
I
that
know
guy.
you are historically accurate on things, which surprises me. But Isaac, a very different opinion. It's not just Arabs. These
Yeah,
people are living,
I don't
in a life that
necessarily.
they want to peacefully enjoy, but unfortunately, they have militia in their own groups, just like people in America have. Well, I'm not gonna say militia, of course, because it's not militia. It's crimes.
Yeah.
Just like people are just trying to do peaceful things, and
So, like you said
Fortunately,
earlier, we don't agree with everything
crimes.
that's said on the show amongst ourselves, right?
I know, but I want to shed light to that.
And
a lot
I
of people have a
appreciate
certain
that.
look on Middle Eastern countries. They think it's just all of them just going to war, and it's really not. There's a lot of people out there.
I
who are
don't
just
agree with
being peaceful,
that
and
mindset.
they are.
I just want to make that clear.
Well, but you don't have to, whether you agree or disagree. I just know. I have people who were born there, who are from there in different countries, whether it's Palestine or whether it's Jordan or
Some of our best
whether
friends
it's
growing up. I mean,
Saudi
they-
Arabia, even.
Yeah.
Isaac likes to gather them all in one kind of bit, where it's Arabs and Arabs. That's not the case. Unfortunately, gladly it's not the case because they have their own militia. It's like Africa, and not every African there is in a militia, but some of them are forced into it, just like those Middle Eastern countries are. Some of them are forced into it as young ages, or they say, "Hey, we have your family captive, and you better do this or that." Not gonna go in too much detail, but
So to basically
Yeah.
sum this
It,
segment up here, 9/11
yeah.
inside job, yes or no? You let us know.
Which most of you old heads like us agree, but a lot of you young heads have probably fucking no idea. I don't know what anyone is teaching these young kids in school nowadays. Hopefully they're still telling you about these things because it's very
They think-
important to American society.
They
in
think 9/11's a joke.
the continent. Well, you know what? These people are fucking frauds. They'd rather go live in some dictatorship kind of country in socialism, where socialism has never worked in any fucking country that has ever existed. So get your fucking ass out of here if you think that you should be in some other country other than America. Go fuck yourself. You're
9/11
lying to
inside
yourself.
job, yes or no? I think all three of us can say yes, it was. I
It
think
damn well was.
the United States government.
Thanks, Isaac, for pouring me a drink.
The United States government orchestrated these attacks to kickstart a war in the Middle East.
Again, these are just
For
our
oil consumption.
opinions. These are just strictly opinions.
Yes, these are our opinions.
Not factual in any way
No,
necessary.
no. What is factual is there's no plane that hit the Pentagon.
Yeah. So,
Man, look, all right,
factual is what you can prove.
we're gonna do another
Uh,
topic because we'll fight on. We'll
I-
fight, we'll
I'm
fight
still-
all night about.
I'm
that.
still waiting for you to show me evidence that you have
I'll
a
send
plane
you.
hitting the
I'll
Pentagon.
I'll send you at the fucking show. You want me to send it to you right now during the
Yeah,
show?
yeah. Yes.
Oh, let's fucking do it. Then. I'll send it to you right fucking now, dude.
Cool, because I will send you evidence that a plane did not hit the Pentagon.
Fucking, you're full of shit, dude. Yeah, man, I think you're bullshit. Bill, you're full of shit, dude. That's bullshit. Hey, man, god damn it, Justin, man, I need that for tomorrow, bro. For band practice, alright? Blame
Yeah,
him. What the
blame me.
fuck, man? Fuck you, dog. God damn it, man.
Well,
It's right. Look, it's right there.
while
dog.
we
Look
wait,
at
we
that
hydrate.
shit, man.
Shout out to Stale Cracker. Put it on a cracker, dude.
Oh, here's a video. Yeah. What wouldn't have it?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Where's the plane?
It's right
No,
there. Yeah,
No.
I saw it.
you did not see a plane.
Yeah,
I
dude.
didn't see a plane. I didn't see a Boeing 747.
Who said it had to be Boeing 747?
That was the whole point of the conversation.
Okay, so you tell me you saw planes for the Twin Towers, but you didn't see it for Pentagon?
Correct. And you didn't either.
I did.
The same video you just watched, I have seen for many years. There's no plane.
I mean, we've seen it too. Yeah. I mean, look right there, dog.
Go ahead, play that one.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
We'll also put that video in the, well, above in some corner.
That is an animation, Isaac.
It is.
That is a reanimation of the events that allegedly happened. That is not live footage.
Yeah, but there's still destruction after. Man, look,
Yeah, there is still destruction because
do you
there was
not-
an explosion in the
what do you-
Pentagon.
What do you not believe? What do you not believe about the Pentagon, though? Like,
That
I
a
don't
plane did not hit it. I believe that a plane
That
did not
shit
hit
would
the
have
Pentagon.
been taken down very far before it even reached.
It hit the fucking. Pentagon,
We're talking
dude.
about
I don't-
government facilities
get
here
what
in
you-
America. Most of our tax dollars go to military, as you know. How much it is to fire a bullet, how much it is for firearms, how much it is to fire these tanks and all this stuff. All the funding, most of it goes to military. That's why our roads here are dog shit. As far as I know.
Look at
They
the
are dog
comments,
shit.
Isaac.
I mean,
It mostly goes to military.
Look
the
at some of the
American,
comments. I bet a
military.
lot of the comments are going to say, "Where was the plane?"
Okay,
No plane.
people often forget about the Pentagon attack.
Yeah.
Where is the plane wreckage? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Mm.
Another point. Find me the black box.
Where is the full video of the Pentagon attack? the black box. Where is the aircraft? Yeah, people are commenting. Where's the aircraft? Yeah.
Exactly.
Where is the plane? Where is the clear video?
Exactly. And I'm not the kind of guy that says, "I told you so." I'm
I
not going to be a
think-
fucking asshole. I don't believe a plane hit the Pentagon, Isaac.
Well, I think everyone should form their own opinions, Billy.
I think there's not good footage on the. Here's
He's
the
wrong.
thing. No, I don't think
Well,
I'm wrong. I think
He
Billy-
could be wrong, but
I-
Isaac would have to
I
back up
think-
his opinion.
Okay, I think in New York City, there's so many fucking cameras of people lifting their cameras up and just filming everything.
We're talking about the bloody Pentagon.
Everyday life. Hold on a second. There's plenty of people filming fucking New York City. It's a busy fucking area with millions of people. There's plenty of fucking video with people just filming everyday life. The Pentagon is not a fucking popular area. You can pull your camera out and
There's
fucking
video
So the only
at
fucking
the
camera,
Pentagon.
Which makes it
video-
all worse because
the only fucking
it's a government facility,
the only
motherfucker. You
fucking
know how
camera-
important the Pentagon is to us?
The only camera that they ever showed was the fucking camera
No.
from the fucking left side of the fucking.
You can't
Pentagon.
even walk
That
in
was
the
it.
fucking the fucking bloody White House without being evaluated and all these dude.
And
you walk
under
in,
sniper scope.
Yeah, you walk in there. The snipers, the
Of
sentry
course,
guns that spawn out
yeah.
the ground like it's Call of Duty. There's all these types of
Jesus.
things. We're talking about the Pentagon. This is a highly secretive government facility, and you're saying that, well, there was only one camera on that specific angle. Dude, it's all over the place. Just like if you were trying to walk into the White House, hypothetically speaking. It's everywhere. These are government facilities. These are very secretive to the CIA, to America. The CIA is the the foundation of America. This is what happens. The government. You're not going to sit here and tell me there was just, oh my gosh, they were out of funds that one evening.
How we get
They only
involved
afforded
in foreign
some-
affairs.
They
Yeah,
afforded
yeah.
for 480p camera. Just that one angle. Dude, the government tech is way beyond the tech that we see nowadays. Seriously, it is. Because what would it be to America if this government tech was leaked to others, to civilian life, to the populace of America? It wouldn't mean it's government. They always have 5 steps ahead of regular shit, man.
They would think we're all big bags. Yeah.
So
Have spawned a lot of big back action.
I will say it again for the last
Nice
time.
topic, man. I ain't gonna keep going all night with you
The,
guys on this one.
the attacks on September 11, 2001 in New York City
Our
and
host.
Washington, D.C., and the plane Flight 93 falling
It's all
in
real.
Pennsylvania.
And
Was it an inside job orchestrated by the United States government?
That's still gonna be up in the air.
so write
man.
your opinions down below.
Yeah, up in
We'll
the
leave
air.
that for you to decide, viewers, listeners.
Especially for you youngins.
We have said our piece on that.
Yeah.
We
Uh,
have.
Next topic.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yes,
once
next
again,
Oh, yeah.
for educational purposes.
These are not factual, by the way. They're just conspiracy theories that we
For
have decided to discuss.
educational
Right.
purposes. We will be mentioning Nazis, Nazi Germany,
Oh shit! Don't show me the swastika.
Adolf
man,
Hitler.
Hold on, I'm freaking out.
some
Wait,
of the
Bill.
departments under the Nazi regime, those heads.
Dude.
Wait,
okay?
Bill. Hold on. Whoa, oh shit! I'm feeling lightheaded right now.
Spectacular.
Don't.
I know. Are you offended?
Oh no! I saw the swastika. Oh my gosh! I must complain about this.
You need a safe space? You
Spectacular.
You can
this-
cry.
I am drawing my bubble. Hold on.
you can cry on my shoulder and then you can kiss my ass off.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, I feel comfortable now in my own safe space.
Take your phone.
Attaboy,
Take
there
your
you
phone.
go.
Take your phone filter off. It feels better.
Now, before we get into this, please do research on swastika before you claim that it what you think it is.
And then go promote Halo. That's above his head.
Now, the swastika from a long time ago actually meant
Just look at-
peace until the Nazi Party took the swastika as a form of their peace. Okay, now the swastika means
Shit.
many reasons nowadays, but it actually meant peace at one point.
It
So
feel-
believe it or not,
It's like we're not wearing condom on.
Took the glove off.
you
Exactly right.
you must do research on your own accord. We're not here to explain every single
I
little
take
detail
condoms
to
off
you.
before.
So guys,
But do not be afraid of swastika. It was used for bad
Nah, I mean,
bad things. It used to mean it used to
Sure.
have
say the
peace
least.
to it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
It's kind of like.
But after the Nazi
It came from like Buddhism,
Propaganda
or
and-
Hinduism, somewhere over
yes.
there.
So
But-
a lot of people don't know the history of these things. They just like to assume, of course, like as everybody else in America, they assume Nazism with the SS and of course Hitler, the piece of shit. But other than that, before those times, it was meaning of peace. So I would like to disclaim that before people like to fucking go outrageous on their political
on
points
you.
of view.
They
Yeah,
will.
or rip my asshole.
They
You guys
will.
wanna rip me a new one.
Let's rabbit hole deep dive into this one here, ladies and gentlemen.
What's the next topic?
So, Nazi Germany. A lot of conspiracies with Nazi Germany from World War II.
Yeah. Especially the military itself.
A
I would
little-
like to give a little background on that.
A little,
Billy.
a little backstory. World War II was from 1939 till 1945.
Baby.
The World War II started in Europe with the invasion of Poland from Nazi Germany under the rule of Adolf Hitler, who at the time was allied with Joseph Stalin of the USSR, aka
Stalin.
Russia, the Soviet Union.
Look that up as well.
Yes, the original Axis powers before Russia was no longer part of the Axis powers was Germany, Italy, Russia, and Japan. Yes, Japan, even though they're far away from Europe. Japan.
Okay, so real quick, real quick. So back when we were in middle school, you guys know I'm not gonna name the middle school that we were in, but I had a history teacher that said, I think, and this is what she said. I think that World War One and World War Two were the same war. I feel like World War One they took a break and then they went into World War Two. In my mind, and even when I was 12 years old, I'm like, look,
She shouldn't be a fucking teacher.
right? That's what I'm saying.
idiotic fucking thing I've ever heard.
She think they took
Well,
a
it's
break.
coming from a
And it
woman,
was
so
the
no
same,
shocker.
It was the same war.
Sheesh.
Right, exactly. And
World War One and World
know-
War Two were completely different wars.
I know her
Started
name.
by different. Okay.
I don't want to plug her name because I don't want to give her that. I don't want to give her that fucking kind of publicity.
Yeah, don't.
But she literally said, "I'm not fucking kidding, guys. This is in 2009.
They took a break and when it. Yeah,
They
no.
took a break for
Absolutely
20, 30
fucking
years.
Yeah,
asinine.
they celebrated Christmas together, and they just
They
like
took a-
decided,
she
hey, you know what,
said-
fuck it, we're gonna go back.
You
to
know
war.
what, man?
Absolutely fucking
I,
insane.
I'm not gonna say what I do as a living, but like I'm a teacher,
Oh man.
and she's a teacher.
They
She's a history teacher, and she said that they took a break for 30 years and they got back at it.
Insane.
Look.
Absolutely.
I
insane.
guess
See,
that's
now-
so
now-
ridiculous,
Now
dude.
there's a difference between a summer
It
school.
pissed me off.
I've been in summer school a lot, guys. Not gonna lie.
Hey, me-
You
me
can
I
too.
was,
tell.
I was too.
We had a teacher.
I don't
that
believe
would,
there was two World Wars. There
No,
was
they-
only one
no,
World
they-
War, and they took a break, and that's what she said.
Yeah, they
That's
just-
what she said.
They decided, hey, we're gonna celebrate
Ugh,
with each other, and
killing
then
me, dude,
we're
when
gonna
she
go
said
back to
that.
war after this. They're
12
like,
years old,
okay,
I'm
they
like,
all
she killing
agreed.
me.
Holy hell. I will
12
never
years
forget
old,
one
I
of
said,
my
"You're
summer
killing
school
me."
teachers that I've had. Man, we've always he was awesome because he did not like the curriculum that was being taught. Of course, it's summer school too, but he was also an awesome teacher because
Like,
he
I
always wanted to
changed-
talk
I-
about shit that was
Right. I
not
changed-
in the curriculum. He
I
always
cha-
wanted to hear people's opinions
right,
and challenge
I-
their ideas.
dude, in
you know?
my
I
job-
fucking enjoyed that
in
so much.
my
We talk about
job-
anything, literally anything. He was one of those guys who swore.
Real quick,
And,
in my job, I changed the curriculum and how I teach because fuck the curriculum and the
Yeah.
company I teach. Fuck the curriculum.
Listen,
I teach it my way.
Honestly, I
Go ahead,
personally
man.
think
Go ahead, dude.
um,
Do things
I
your
don't
way,
like
dude.
I don't like to say this. I don't want the younger generation to be confused on what I'm about to say, but I think you
give
can
'em
learn
some
so
in-depth.
much more outside of the curriculum because again, it's a curriculum. You have to teach. These teachers are taught to speak on things specifically again and again and again and again each and every day of their lives, their classes. They teach these certain things.
It's
I mean-
organized, documented,
Yeah.
indoctrination manifesto.
Yes.
Yes,
Which
exactly.
school I will. That's a subject for another day.
But I think teachers
But,
teachers can go beyond that though. I think if they
they
want, really
can,
want to,
and
yeah.
I really
Teachers-
enjoy those teachers
I do
that do,
that.
man. 'Cause
Teachers that go beyond that aren't just
fucking
teachers.
really hits.
Those are life role models that I have remembered to this day.
yes,
Personally.
I will shout out to Mr. Daniels, one of my.
I mean, if you want to give names,
I have to. He
Yeah.
was one of my favorite teachers, and I didn't realize it at the time.
Oh,
but now
guys,
that
guys,
I do
guys,
realize
guys.
it,
I have to say this real quick.
everyone's fucking shitting on me.
No,
tonight, man.
guys. Okay,
It must be
Yeah.
my day.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was
It
at
must be
I was
my
at
day.
I was at work.
Fuck you, Justin.
Bro, I'm getting shat on
I was at work.
today.
Okay, I'm not gonna say what I did. I'm gonna make this very broad. I was at work today, guys, and I want you guys. You can ask me after the show. I was at work today. Guys,
Well, we will.
and after when I was at work,
I'm just getting
this
spat
fucking
on.
guy came to work, and he was a stag teacher. Today, February
Really?
2020, February 25th,
We're not gonna
2025.
ask names now. He's so.
He was a stag teacher.
All right.
He came to my job today, guys. I'm not fucking kidding. And my boss is right there too. And he was like, "I remember you." I'm like, "From so and so and so."
Oh,
I'm not gonna say
no.
on the show.
I gotta know who.
From so and so.
Not right now.
And I was like, I was all smart. I was like, God, I haven't seen you in like 12, 13 years, man. It's been since like 2011, 2010. And I was like, holy shit, you remember me? He's like, yeah, your face doesn't change, man.
It really hasn't, Isaac. I've known you since I was like fucking 13.
Seriously?
You went
like,
from
my
swollen by
bot-
1,000 bee stings to. You
Isaac
know,
hates when I say
you're
that.
good now.
Even though he came up
I-
with the fucking thing.
But here's the thing: that even if I lose weight, he still recognized me. He's
Because
like,
your face has not changed, Isaac.
yeah,
Even
that's what,
if you,
that's what I'm saying.
you showed me
And he said the
13
same
years
thing.
ago and fucking now, I'd still be like,
He's-
dude, that's Isaac. That's how I know it's you.
And yeah, I plugged my high school stag, but like these guys went to stag.
Old
too.
one. That was an old high school.
There's other
Uh,
high schools that are named stag, but
We were about 40
but
now.
He was
so.
like, I was at work. He's like, you look familiar. He's like, I recognize you. I'm like, yeah, I went to stag. He was like, yes.
Damn.
This, that, and the third.
We will talk about that after.
I'll tell you guys after
We
work.
will talk about that after. I'm actually really curious.
But my boss was right next to him. She was like, "Holy crap, god damn!" She was surprised. She's like, "You never know who you run to." I'm like, "Yeah,
It is. I also
never
ran
know who you
into
run to.
someone, but I cannot talk about that on the show.
dude." It was so.
Uh,
It kind of blew my mind.
So,
but go ahead,
Justin,
guys.
They
Go
were
ahead,
doing
guys.
something.
Justin,
Yeah.
you were talking about a teacher that you shouted out.
Yeah, Mr. Daniels.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
So those teachers that they really think outside the box, they really talk hard on you. It's for a reason, not
That's good.
the curriculum ones that you perceive as, well, you better do this, this, and this. But he also swore in his class, which I really appreciated because
Mildly.
I do too.
yeah, mildly, of course. He didn't swear like a fine sailor. But
I do, fuck.
he was a 6 foot
I say
fucking
fuck.
5 dude, and fucking Big Dick Daniels, I call him.
Hey, that's
'Cause that-
crazy.
Whenever he go around collecting,
Jesus
I know he
Christ,
probably
bro.
see this shit. He'd be like, man, he's gay now. But
Yeah, you say
no,
big
he
dick
go
Daniels,
around
yeah.
a classroom,
He's
man.
like, how the fuck you know I got a big
he,
dick?
he go around a classroom collecting his shit, man. This shit was all up in your face on the goddamn table. But no, I didn't like him at first, man, the first couple years, but I've had him all 4 years throughout my high school time, and I've learned to realize that the shit that we discuss now is the shit that he was always trying to teach people, man. And gosh damn, I really do appreciate
And
teachers like that.
he
They
was
they
a-
go above and beyond,
Dude,
man.
teachers
to-
have power, dude.
He was a mathematics teacher.
Yeah,
and
he was.
also,
Algebra, Algebra
varsity
2.
basketball coach,
Yeah, he
so-
also was. But some reason, man,
But he
I've
taught
had
more.
him all 4 fucking years, man. I fucking hated his
There
ass
you
for
go.
so long. But once I started to realize these things that come to mind, not even just now, today, now, but I mean years ago, I realized the way that he taught them and why he did them is such for a fucking reason, dude. So my point of this whole conversation is that if you hate your teachers and you dislike them for certain reasons, kind of understand of why they're saying the things as they say and really get to know them. Because, man, dude, after I
know,
saw him after graduation,
as
he's like, man, I always knew you would, even though he probably didn't think that.
a teacher,
That asshole.
as a teacher myself,
Fuck you, though, Mr.
as-
Daniels. I love you.
as a teacher myself, I get kids, I get
I hated
adults,
school, by the way.
and as a teacher, the best thing you can do is read your students.
Yeah.
Read your
That-
students.
that
and see-
really
and-
is.
and see who they are as a person and try to work around them.
Yeah.
Right. And I've learned that. And I teach kids. I teach grown adults. And I've learned.
Yep,
I-
absolutely.
I've learned you have to teach kids different than
Mhm.
you teach adults. And I do.
Yeah.
I think I think I do it well. Like I have classes right now where I teach kids. And to me it means a lot to me because kids are like. They're who we want to be in the next 15, 20
Yeah.
years, and it's so important.
future
to
leaders
teach-
of the country.
Exactly. And look,
They are.
I motivate these kids. I say, look, like what I'm telling you right now, you're gonna have to do this in like 15, 20 years, and you're gonna be teaching someone that I taught you 15, 20 years ago.
Exactly.
And-
I remember
and that's so
Mr.
important, man.
Mr. Daniels was
That's
his
so
favorite
important.
lesson was he's like, hey, do you guys want to be in 20 years and 10 years shoveling shit? Is that what you guys want to do? And he would literally say it like that. And I really respect him for that. He
That's
was one
right.
of the
He's making an
oddball
impact.
teachers that was just,
That's real.
See,
he would insult the kids, quote unquote insult, but it wasn't insulting. It was just,
you know what?
It was
dude,
a reality
you,
check,
you are
man.
lacking your fucking
Right.
full potential.
He wants you to remember.
You
He
just wanna
wants
sit here and-
he wants you to remember what he said. What
Yeah,
you said.
I
what he said
always
to you.
remember that. He said,
Yeah.
"You guys want to be shoveling shit?" He always said that a lot,
Because you
plenty
know
of
what?
times. Mr.
You know
Daniels,
what?
shout out to you for
I will,
saying that.
I will
'cause-
talk to my kids, and they're like 10 years old. I talk to them one-on-one in front of their dad, and their dad would be all smiles because he knows what I'm saying is right to his kids.
Well, that's a smart
And that-
man.
and
That's the thing.
And that
That's
means
the
a lot to
difference.
me
Don't
Because-
shelter your children.
Because even like when his kids walk away, he's like, I appreciate what you're telling my kids. That means a lot to me, dude. That really does,
Of course.
Because it fucking matters, dude.
Also,
it really
Billy's a
does.
father, so
Right, and that should hit, that
Billy
should hit
can
him
relate
too.
on different things that me and
It's
Isaac
so,
cannot.
It's so
but-
important.
I go by many titles. I do.
And
we have an idea, I
respe-
guess. We can
respectfully,
insinuate
father-
an idea.
Father, dad, role model. I do prefer daddy.
Yeah, go check out his Facebook. It's basic white man biography.
You are
You gotta
such a prick.
Honestly, Billy, you're lucky you're my brother.
Look,
Yeah,
I would have
want-
never
I
accepted
I
your
want
friend
to
request.
take a couple minutes.
Bitch.
I want to take a couple minutes.
I'm
to,
kidding, guys.
Even though
Billy
we're talking about
is one of my really good
I want to take
friends.
a couple minutes to talk about the kids because
death,
they
man.
matter so much. Because if we don't tell them the right thing to do, to the best of our ability, they are the future of this world, past us. So if we have to really think about how we teach them and how we go about telling them the do's and don'ts.
That's why I really disagree with these curriculums nowadays in school with the whole LGB, ABC, plus subtraction, division stuff they got going on.
And like I don't have kids
Which
in my
is really fucked up.
I don't have kids of my own, but like when I tell these kids something about to do this week and then next week they come to me and they say, "Hey, I've been doing this, it's working, Isaac." That means so
I
much.
hope
That means so much
yeah.
to me, dude.
Well, for you do
You
have
know?
some experience in them. I got nieces and nephews, but I'm
that means so
I'm-
much to me when I tell a kid to do something and he does it the next week. He shows me he
I'm not
cares
really good
about what I
with
tell him what to do. It
But,
it, it, it is a certain way to go about it. It is, and it's not for everybody, I'd say. But if you can really just think about how you were a kid and someone's telling you from a grown adult, and then you try to remember, and then you try to.
yeah.
We have to read the kid and be like, all right, you really have to read the kid, because like there's some kids I get that are shy, and I say, hey, do what I told you to do. I'm gonna walk away. I want you to keep doing what I'm doing, because he doesn't want to stay in front of me because he's shy, right? And then I walk away, and then his dad's like, yeah, you walk away, then he'll do it, and then I go walk
I
away,
think
and he
that's-
does it, and I come back, and he shows me how he's doing it.
That's a
You
really
know,
good
that-
point, Isaac. You
yeah.
know, I
That's
you
and
know,
that's my
before we
past,
get
that's
on to
part of my
Billy with
experience.
the ABC curriculum stuff, I just want to share really quick. I think it's really important what parents imprint on their children, because even though I'm almost 30 years old, and we all are, I still don't swear in front of my parents, because that's something that I grew up as. It's disrespectful. It's to me personally, it's very strange. I don't swear in front of them just out of respect. And I know a lot of you guys will sit there and write in the comments like, okay, what the fuck are you talking about? It's just something that my parents always pushed on me. I'm not saying they did anything crazy, of course, when I did swear, but it still lives with me till this day. I'm almost 30, and I still don't swear in front of my parents, because I find it just disrespectful and disgusting. It's, you could talk barbaric in front of your friends and things like, us, but in front of my family, I don't do that. My friends, of course, could swear and things like that, and they do, and my parents accept that. It's fine. My friends know my family and things like that, but for me personally, in front of my parents, I just don't do it. It's weird, and
Right,
that's what they
right,
taught
right.
me growing up, since I was a kid. Oh, you swore, so you get soap in your mouth. That's normal stuff, and even till this day, I'm almost 30, and I still don't swear in front of them, just because of that.
Yeah.
I guess habit or nature I grew up
No,
with.
yeah,
So
that's-
I
Something you grew up with. Yeah.
my point of explaining that is to show how important as a parent, not me, but how much impact your parents have on you, especially as a child. It's important. So a lot of you motherfuckers act out for reasons, but anyway, I want to bring over the subject of ABC community to Billy, because he has children, and I think this topic is very important.
In
with
the
kids,
state that we live
talking
in.
about schools.
Go for it, man.
So really quick, we are going to circle back to World War II. We are on a feel-good, educational, informational segment here that kind of took a turn, but it is what it is. So
We got a lot of
here we
schizo
are.
rants,
Here
which people
we
the
are.
appreciate, Billy.
The
Schizo rants.
LGBTQ
They definitely appreciate what we just talked about. for
Schizo
sure.
rants,
Yeah.
man. People nowadays love schizo rants. So
But I try to keep it brief because I don't.
no,
wanna,
I know.
I don't want to like. I've
people
talking
people
for 3
like
hours at a
schizo
time,
rants.
yeah.
So I know Billy's sort
Yeah.
of upset in some ways, but people enjoy schizo rants. So
I don't think he is because he has kids, man. I think he wants us to talk about like how,
Oh.
like if I'm helping kids, I think Billy
yeah,
appreciates how
that's what I wanted
think
to
it
bring
br-
up
I think
the
it really
thing with
appreciates
Billy
it, you
because
know?
he has kids, so he could tell us
But
how he really
I keep it
feels
brief because I don't want us to talk
on
all night.
those subjects. You know, we don't
respectfully.
have kids, but we could say our outsider
Like
opinions.
when I teach kids
but
at
Billy
work,
has to
yeah.
say his real opinions on what he thinks.
Go ahead, Billy. The mic's on you, man.
So the LGBTQ
Yeah.
agenda,
The curriculum in the state that we live in is
it's in the public school curriculum.
It is, yeah.
So we're in Illinois with the
And
Fat Flintstone. So
So to touch further on that,
well, say who Flat Flintstone is, dude.
they
real
already
quick.
know. Billy can continue.
to
Go
touch
ahead-
further
go ahead,
on
Billy, go
that,
ahead, Billy.
those people in our lives that are involved in that community, full disclosure, we don't disagree with what you think, say, do with your life. Have at it. Do what
Ah,
you want.
Not at all.
Right,
Okay?
right.
I
Exactly.
actually have some gay friends as well. So believe it
Yeah.
or not,
Yeah, I'm gay.
my
Okay.
assholeness.
So, just wanted to put that out there. What you do with your life, it doesn't matter to me.
No.
Okay, it affects me not even in the slightest.
Exactly.
I will tell
it
a quick
really
story
does
later
not.
on,
It's not in
so.
the grand scheme of things. It doesn't.
So, but I will have to say that there's a educational curriculum on LGBTQ history that,
ABC.
yeah, it. I'll just put it to you this way, guys.
Well, no, tell everyone how you feel, Billy. Not just us, but everyone how you
As
feel.
long as we don't
And,
get
and
shout out banned.
anyone who else is a father out there.
Whatever happened to let kids be kids? Let them learn what they need to learn in school.
Which is
Basic life skills,
Like us.
learning how to read, do math, science, English, trade shops in school. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Economics, home ec, cooking. Okay.
culinary.
What
I mean,
the fuck happened to that? Now, and this is what really gets me pissed off, is because I'm paying with my own hard-earned fucking money,
Your tax dollars.
money that I sacrificed hours and days of my life for,
Yeah, you never
to
get-
put money into my
that
my
you're-
children's
that you're
education.
That you're never gonna get back.
I'm never gonna get it back.
Never gonna get back.
Well, technically you can, depending on.
No,
No,
you're,
no,
you're
tax
you're
bracket.
not
That
getting
listen,
it back. You're not
listen.
getting it
That
back.
money is gone.
It's gone.
Okay.
Tax bracket.
I don't know what the fuck you smoking, dog. That ain't never coming back.
Some other time.
I am funding for my children's education.
Yeah.
I want that education to be purposeful and allow the kids to be kids. Okay.
Yes.
Do I have a problem with LGBTQ history? Absolutely not. Do I think it should be a required curriculum educational course in public school? No, I don't. And if that pisses you off, you know what? Fuck you. I don't care.
Why are you watching this channel then? If that
Don't
pisses
care.
you off, you weirdo. You're a creep.
See, here's a wild concept for you guys. Let kids be kids. If they want to learn about that stuff on their own, maybe after they graduate,
Right.
on
Naturally.
their own free will, by all means, please.
Right. Naturally.
ahead.
Right.
Go
If you
ahead.
want to.
I respect that. You know what? I will even tell my kids, hey, good job. You're learning about things that honestly do matter. Okay? But it doesn't apply from fucking preschool through high school, man.
That's indoctrination.
Yes, that's it.
Which
That
is,
is. That is
very fucked up.
indoctrination.
You are pushing an agenda on
Right.
somebody
Yeah.
that is easily manipulated
Yes.
because children are
vulnerable.
developing.
They're vulnerable, man.
Yes. So
That's
furthermore,
fucked up.
it was brought up to me that due to my opinion of that,
Yes.
that it just baffled me
sorry, I got to take a minute. It baffled
No,
me.
go ahead, man.
Because due to my opinion, I was told that black and which it does, black, religious, other culture, histories all do matter, not just white history. What the fuck is white history? Is that a curriculum in schools? Is that a course or an elective that you can take in college even?
No.
No, because white people rule the world.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's not a
Right.
curriculum.
Right,
Quote, unquote.
There's the month for that. Yeah.
Quote unquote.
So
You know.
because of my opinion, and that I don't want my children to become indoctrinated by
Yes.
this agenda,
Anything.
I hope
that
you don't.
they are going to be confused about growing up, suddenly I only think white history matters. And if you...
You know what, Billy? You are absolutely racist. You are a racist.
Yeah, no, I am a fascist pig. Yeah,
Racist.
Yeah.
Well, you said fascist, but I said racist.
Yeah.
It's not to pronounce.
So, guys,
term.
yeah, fuck that.
Well, Billy, I do agree, even though, guys, you know, me and Isaac aren't really parents. But I do agree because they're not in schools for the longest time. They're not able to talk about religion at all. Like,
they
seriously,
are
that
in
is
school
that is
for the
against
most
the law.
important
You cannot.
times of their lives.
Yeah. So the thing is, people find it more important to talk about ABC Plus rather than religion in some degrees, which I find religion very more important than ABC Community. No disregard in that. I also do have homosexuals friends who are not outspoken or very weird about their sexuality. They are just themselves, and I do enjoy them for themselves. And I will tell you guys a little bit of story, just so you know I'm not sexism. I'm not the sexism. I had a dude he's a homosexual, and he doesn't act like all the outgoing, flamboyant type of person that you guys all see on social media. So I met him when I went to a bar, and he was a really cool dude. You know, I like talking to him, whatever. I even hung out with him multiple times. You know, he's a cool guy. And he posted something on his private stories of his thing, his penis. All right, and I told him respectfully. I said, "Hey, I don't really enjoy seeing your penis on my stories.
Lord have mercy.
Can you please just not have me in your private story on that?" He's like, "Yeah, no problem, dude. I'm sorry that you had to see that." And that was it. You know, he respectfully deleted me from his private story, and that was it. You know,
Thank God.
and I wanted to say that because a lot of people have this ideology around homosexuals that they're all the same, or these trans or anything like that. But I wanted to bring it up. There are people who respect their boundaries and others' boundaries as well, such as mine. You know, I'm straight, and he understands that very well. So I just want to throw that out there. I know, very random, but I did want to say that because a lot of people have opinions on, trans, that they're all the same, or homosexuals who are all the same, and they're really not. Even Isaac has someone at work that is homosexual, but he also
Cool
does. Dude. Yeah, he's also a cool dude. So we're not spreading any kind of hate or nothing like that. But we want to make this clear with the children that it's very different. We were not raised around that kind of stuff. But the kids nowadays, I kind of feel bad for, because even cats and dogs are somehow bisexual or frying pan sexual, which is very strange to me. How can you make a fucking animal your bias?
That's not
which
true,
Billy brought up a
Justin.
good point.
That's not true. That's all BS.
You're indoctrinating kids, let alone animals as
Humans,
well.
yeah, not animals.
You're telling your cat to hit a certain button. Now he's pansexual. Like, it fucking blows my mind, and it really pisses me off. This shit bothers me. I'm not even a father right now, and it really fucking bothers me, because if you cannot teach religion in school, then you cannot teach that. Period. End of story. Point blank. We did not have this shit when we were going to high school. Okay,
If you want to
and
learn
it
that
fucking
stuff,
pisses me off.
if you want to learn that stuff like religion, go to private schools. There's
And-
plenty of private Catholic schools out there.
There
Which,
is.
hey, that's fine.
Well, I
That's good.
also do not agree with Billy. I also do not agree with those religious schools because this is what breeds rebellion. It breeds, people being bisexual. I do know a couple women who went to those kinds of schools. They were all women's schools, and
And now they're 304s.
They turned out, yes.
Yeah,
Thank you, Billy, for that correct term. They
they
turned out to be
appreciate that.
304s because they were not able to experience men at a young age, quote unquote. The full extent of relationships, so to speak. So I don't agree with that either. I could agree with, I guess, homeschooling. Would you guys think homeschooling would be a better option nowadays, at least? Thank you, Gordon. I know Gordon said it multiple times. But
Sorry, Gordon.
Billy, what would you think? I mean, you're father, but would you think homeschooling or private schools, religious
Man,
schools?
being a father changes you, man. It really does, dude.
I know. I've had plenty of people tell me.
Yeah. Dude.
I just want to
I'm
know.
not a fucking.
I want to
I'm
know
not
opinions.
I'll real quick. I'm not a fucking dad, and I teach people at work. I teach kids at work, dude, and like, that changed me, dude.
Well, yeah, of course.
really
Especially
did.
when their father agrees
They're
with
fucking.
what you're saying.
They're 8,
but
10 years old, and you try to like you.
I don't know
you,
what's the best
Justin,
option
man,
nowadays.
Justin, man, look, hold on a second, dude. You teach them something, and they listen, and like you. Then next week, and they say, "I man, thank you so much for teaching me that." Dude, it makes you almost want to fucking cry, dude. Like you feel
shit.
passionate about like you
course.
teaching these fucking kids something, man. Like, this is why I come back each week. I think Billy feels me on this, man. Right, Billy?
Well, I don't know. That's why I'm
Like,
asking.
the
you.
pride is there, dude.
That's why I'm asking him. I want to know his opinion. He's an actual
it means
dad.
so much to me to teach kids, and then they fucking listen, and then they fucking go do what you tell them what to do, and it's helping them out, and like they're like, and I tell them, I motivate them, I say, hey, like what you're doing is like, you're what you're doing is like, I'm so proud of you, and then they listen, man, like that's what it really does, man, I wish I had someone tell me that when I was 10 years old, but that's why, like, that's what's the beauty of us being like older now. Like, we can teach kids to do things that we weren't taught when we were 10 years old, And
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons we started this pod, man.
not just that. I mean, that's just something I'm experiencing in my personal life,
Also
It's just from my personal life, But like,
we want to experience the youth, man. We want
Man,
to tell the
you
young
know?
kids that shit that we should have been doing when we were
right, and that's
in our
that's
early
what I'm so proud of.
teens
That's what I'm so
and
proud about.
20s, man.
Like, you
Fuck
can-
the women, man. Fuck partying, drinking, all that bullshit,
fuck
man. That's
all
we
that.
used to do.
Fuck all
but
that.
Don't waste
Like-
your time on it, man, because that shit comes later in life if you focus early.
Like,
on
helping
enough.
another life, whether it's your kids or not your kids, it's huge, man. It really is, and I've learned that in my personal life.
We're
you
old
know?
heads at this point, man. Billy looks
Even-
fucking depressed. I don't know what's going
So,
on.
hot take, viewers and listeners.
Billy knows. Billy knows.
Should forced curriculums be a thing in public schools? Yes or no? You decide.
Force is man, dude, the word.
It is
force,
technically force.
It's not.
I mean,
it's
it
not
is.
good. Force in a good way or force in a bad way.
You
That's the
should
thing,
you should not
know?
teach religion in school, nor should you teach that. That's my opinion. Point blank.
Bottom line,
It
it's
depends.
required to pass the curriculum.
So you can
Should that be acceptable or not? Yes or no?
That's like
It
okay.
depends on what it is.
Okay,
So you can accept
so
all kind of communities.
we'll say we live in Illinois, and J.B. Pritzker a couple years ago passed the LGBT. He has to teach LGBTQ in
Full disclosure,
in
both
elementary
Isaac and
schools.
Justin have the bladders of pregnant women.
I used bathroom like a minute ago, but Justin, yeah, maybe me too. But yeah, like I said, J.B. Pritzker passed the bill, and all CPS schools in Chicago land area have to teach LGBTQ, which I don't agree with completely. completely because it's kind
That's
of
the whole point of this.
it's kind of like a
segment right
smoke screen. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
in my opinion, it's like a smoke screen. Because if your kids aren't planning on being like gay or this and that, what do you teach them that for?
I don't necessarily know if anyone plans on being gay. It just kind of happens.
No, yeah, exactly, yeah.
I'm not gay by any means,
Right,
but
right.
you know, I'm not gonna speak on something.
We're
I
not gay,
don't-
but we'll respect the gays. Yeah,
I'm
we
not going to
definitely-
speak
we-
on
we-
something I don't 100% know about, so to say.
Right. And yeah, me as well. And we respect the gays. Yeah, of course, we respect you guys.
Yeah, the
100%.
community is respected on this podcast. I'm sure some of our viewers
course.
and listeners are part of that community.
I get along with gay dudes at work, and we have great friendships.
Sure, absolutely.
I don't see
So-
them any different. I don't.
Good, as you shouldn't. They're just
No,
people.
yeah, they're just people are people at the end of the day.
So we'll jump back in after Justin gets back from his little potty break.
So what do you want the next topic to be?
There she is.
She.
So, forced required curriculum.
So we are an hour and 50 minutes in. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So, forced required curriculum, depending on what it is it okay, yes or no? The opinion on this episode amongst us three is no.
No, because when it's called forced, man, that's just like
Yeah.
that's a coin toss, dude.
Yeah.
It's the kids at the kids at the will of whoever teaches them that, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
So, speaking of the kids, we're going to give a little history lesson here.
Yeah.
So, Nazi Germany. Okay. Many conspiracy theories among Nazi Germany and its time in World War II.
It's only 80 years ago, dude. 80 years ago.
Yeah.
1945. That's 80 years ago.
That's when the war ended.
That's when the war ended. Yeah.
So World War II was from 1939 to 1945. It started off with the invasion of Poland by Nazi Germany. Poland was in an alliance with Great Britain at the time. It's UK these days. It was Great Britain back then. And with the invasion of Poland, it was actually on a two-sided front. The original Axis powers, as I stated earlier, was Germany, Italy, Joseph Stalin's Soviet Union, and Japan. The Russians did not stay in the Axis alliance, though, if you will, because Nazi Germany turned on them. Adolf Hitler had a plan, Operation Barbarossa, which involved the invasion of the Soviet Union, Soviet-occupied areas in Poland, and then into Russia itself.
And it still got our houses to this day.
So, with that being said, the Nazis came into power. Adolf Hitler became prime minister. I think it was prime minister. He became head of the government in 1933. He actually was Time Magazine's Man of the Year, and
That says a fucking lot, guys.
He's
Oh, yeah.
hot.
Yeah. Regarded as
man.
one of the most prolific and greatest public speakers in human history.
Oh, yeah,
To
he
be
definitely
honest,
was. Professor
I have
Persuader.
to agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
As
Absolutely.
much
He was
as we
getting
all
pussy.
despise him as the evil, fucking disgusting human being he was.
He was getting ass.
He was just like I think that Obama was one of the greatest speakers of all time.
Do you guys think he was
um,
getting ass?
He's leftist.
I think he was.
I really don't think he give a shit because he had one testicle. So
How the fuck do you know that?
look it up.
Do you guys think he was getting ass?
Probably Isaac.
All right, cool. All right,
You're the-
that's all I wanted
The
to hear.
Führer of
If he's the Fuhrer, he's
of
getting
course
ass.
he's
He's mass persuaded.
he's
dude.
bending the knees of countries.
I mean, he persuaded the whole fucking country, Germany. So yeah, he's getting ass. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks Isaac for
So
I
the
just wanna-
Nazis were highly
put that out.
regarded as some of the
Things-
most
people
intellectual,
talk about.
scientific, just brilliant minds of the 20th century. In honestly more ways than one. And I'm
Right.
sure, as most of you know, in those ways, they were regarded as brilliant, but in a very evil and maniacal way.
Yeah.
And brilliant is a word that you would use for positive things. But
Right.
Well,
in this sense, very
brilliantly evil.
yes, evil is
Let's put it
the
that way.
absolute perfect word
Yeah.
you could use. So Hitler came to power, and due to World War One, which World War One was a completely different fucking world war.
Very.
Very from 1914 to 1918.
Mhm.
It started with the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand
Man, you know your stuff.
by a Serbian nationalist, and that kicked off
You got any
That-
Serbians?
that kicked off war with Germany, France, Britain, the Austro-Hungarian Empire, the Ottoman Empire, over in Turkey, in the Middle East.
I know. I played Battlefield 1.
Oh yeah, sure. That, which, by the way, one of the greatest games of all time. So, with that being said,
Side note.
and eventually the United States entered the war late in 1918,
Yeah.
which was the turning point of the war. The Western Front came to a stalemate for a long time. So, USA.
Powerhouse, baby.
The aftermath of World War One, Germany was blamed for most of the problems, all the damages and costs of World War One. They took majority of the blame. Part of the Geneva Conventions, which was held in to basically formulate war crimes and to put the blame on somebody for the war. War crimes. Fun fact here: the United States was told to stop using a certain weapon during the war because Imperial Germany during World War One said it was it should be a war crime because it was too destructive and maniacal,
Big dick energy.
which was the trench gun, the pump action shotgun. And it's interesting because that weapon you could slam fire, and what that means is you
It
could
was
hold.
American weapon.
Yes, it was American weapon utilized
gun.
by the United States military
Yeah.
when you're raiding trenches.
Yes. Trench gun. Hence
Tre-
the name.
Trench gun,
Yeah.
yes.
Wow. Figured that.
They would put a bayonet on the end of it, so
Yeah.
it made it even more deadly. You could slam fire, which meant you could hold the trigger down. You didn't have to let it reset. You could hold the trigger down and just keep pumping the pump slide action. Okay,
Oh my dick.
Trench gun. Hence the name.
so
Who would have thought?
Imperial Germany had a problem with that weapon, but this is the same country that utilized mustard gas, that used bayonets that had sawed ends on it that caused horrific,
Yeah.
irreversible
It's a
injuries.
saw.
God
Okay.
damn.
I mean, just
Think about it.
Unbelievable.
I mean, chemical warfare nowadays is there's laws against that shit.
thank you to the Geneva Conventions.
Yeah, very for a long while
I'ma
actually,
die a
believe it or
fucking
not.
legend, dog.
So, the trench shotgun was a huge traumatic experience for people, but you could lay down chemical warfare all you want. That wasn't illegal.
Right. So that was just a little fun fact about that. So
That's right.
Germany took the blame and all the financial costs and burdens of World War One. And Hitler came to power, and he decided to rally when he became a politician and he became the prime minister. He had visions for the future of Germany, and he was actually Austrian. He was Austrian, but to be fair, Austria was under the imperial rule of Germany, so he associated himself as a
course.
German citizen.
Yeah.
Here would be big bag.
You get one testicle, by the way.
Yeah,
What the? How the fuck do you know
one nut,
that, dude?
one nut Dolph.
How do you know
Yeah.
that? How do you know he had one nut?
That's a very common.
So
how do you fucking know about his nuts?
I don't know.
you know,
You say
some
you
things
just-
you just
you
can't
say-
question.
You say you just did.
So
You
with that
just
being said,
did.
guys,
He's big back for
Hitler
what?
came to power, and he needed the country to rally around him in order to progress through the government ranks, if you will. So he decided to. And he was a phenomenal public speaker, I mean, you can YouTube
Oh,
some
yeah,
of
he
his
was, he
videos.
How do you think you convince masses of people like that? It was like an
Millions
entire continent.
upon millions of
Think of the president, right? You guys hate
Right,
President Trump or Biden,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Nigga Trump.
Think of someone that you
I mean,
always agree with, like millions and
Trump.
millions and millions and millions and millions of people
Yeah.
agreed with this man on his disgusting ideologies that he had.
And
I
wha-
mean, disgusting. And I'm
and-
not talking about Trump. I'm talking about disgusting.
And what
I'm-
were
I'm
the
talking about
ideologies? I'll tell you what those ideologies were.
Please.
They were blaming the Jews for all
Which
the
was-
problems, all the repercussions of World War
Yes.
One, all the financial burdens.
Which was one of them. It wasn't just Jews, guys. He was.
No, he targeted
Racist in
all
many
cultures,
ways.
all races that were not of the
Yes.
Aryan descent.
Which is blonde hair, blue eyes, of course, the typical
But funny,
German aspect.
Hitler
of-
didn't have
I
blonde
know,
hair or
right?
blue
That
eyes.
was the funny thing of it.
Right.
But
So-
that is actual racism, by the way. Sorry, Billy. I don't
No,
mean
no,
to cut you off or anything, but
absolutely.
I
You're
wanted
absolutely
to. I think this brings up a good point about racism, because racism. People think that you disagree with someone because of their color. No, if you guys look up, especially you modern day kids, actual racism
Broccoli
is what Hitler did. They were either A, racism is thinking that you are superior to another race, or B, you despise or look down upon another race. That's what racism is nowadays.
Somebody that's different than you, just based off of what
Yes,
they look
their color of their skin. So a lot of you that like to claim racism because of something stupid is not racism. Most likely it is not. I know nowadays people still do experience those things, and there are people out there which we very heavily dislike and we do not agree with. But a lot of you kids are confused on the racism aspect, and Hitler was extremely racist. Okay, I want to throw that out there.
to the
Please
point of
continue, Billy.
genocide.
Yes, you hate a
Yes.
race because you think you are the superior race.
So once Adolf Hitler started to put the blame on the Jews,
Yeah.
the whole country started to
Not
go to his corner.
entirety.
Well,
there
the
were
vast-
still civilians of
Well, of course. I mean, with
that country. The
every
civilians did not recognize what Hitler was.
with every rise to power, there's going to be rebellions of some sort.
Well, not just rebellions, but there were people of
Different
Germany who did not
ideologies.
understand what Hitler was even doing. They were surprised by even the concentration camps themselves. They were very
Yes.
surprised that Hitler was doing such things.
Yes.
So there are civilians of these wars going on. It's not just, you cannot blame an entire 110% of country. There are civilians of these countries. Okay, I just want to throw that in there. A lot of people have misconceptions of thinking that
there's
all
definitely
Germans are
misconceptions
this, or all some people from other countries are that. No, it's people also had civilians in these own countries as well, and American militaries had to protect and save these people because they were just civilians. They had nothing to do with Hitler or the Wehrmacht or anything like that. And I want to throw that out there. It's very important.
Yes.
Okay, everyone thinks that someone from a country is 100% with this particular group, which was not. Okay? So, just want to throw that out there. So Billy, you may...
What?
bitch, wake up, man.
Yeah, niggas put me to sleep, man.
Well, you didn't have bourbon tonight, so what's the bloody ordeal here?
It's 4 a.m. That's the bloody ordeal. What, man? What's up?
I don't know.
I'm
Honestly,
getting
I
tired,
don't know
man.
where
I'm
the
getting
hell to take
tired.
the
I
show
don't know.
right now. I think Billy's saying good shit.
Yeah. No.
I'm
So
getting tired, yeah.
so thanks for that bit there, Justin.
I just want to throw it
very
in there. A lot of
good,
people
very
don't think about these things.
educational.
Thank you, Billy.
So fast forward to 1939, Hitler then becomes the dictator of Nazi Germany.
Dictator.
The
such a
Fuhrer.
Fantastic word.
The Fuhrer. He imagined Germany as the Third Reich. Okay.
which would be, the Third Empire.
Yes, which is very special group, by the way. Very different from the Wehrmacht.
Different than me.
Yeah. So he rallied a whole country, just about a whole country around him, and that backed his political ideals and kickstarted World War II. Yeah, Russia was in the alliance with Germany in the early parts of the war. Excuse me. They helped invade Poland from the
They
east,
also got
while Germany invaded from
They also
the
got
south and the
massacred
west.
in fucking the square. Didn't they?
No, yeah.
Russians?
You've seen Enemy at the Gate, yeah. So, with that being said,
Not just that, but I mean, I know.
Show's over.
it was a long conflict, and 6 years. World War II was 6 years, and some of the greatest intellectual minds in science and industrialism and economics the world had were in Nazi Germany
At that time.
at that time. Yeah. So, NASA was actually kickstarted by Nazi scientists and Jewish refugees who were, geniuses, absolute geniuses. The United States recruited these people and said, "Hey, we can kickstart our space program. We just need your guys' cooperation."
Yeah, they were something about something about Germans and their science, man. They really even themselves they kidnapped and threatened folk in order
They-
to join their ideology.
They
They had no
invented
choice, obviously. That was
they invented the first ever assault rifle platform, and
Mhm.
they actually invented the first ever fighter jet airplane.
what about the atomic bomb?
They were very close. They were very close. The United States just happened to beat them to it.
Yeah, because we also took someone from.
Took some of their brilliant minds. Yeah.
Yeah, and they developed it for the story of that drop on the.
So obviously, Nazi Germany lost World War II, and then Japan lost after the United States dropped atomic bombs on Hiroshima.
They
and
surrendered,
Nagasaki.
which thankfully,
They
because
surrendered on the USS.
that Vietnam was
Indianapolis.
absolutely horrible. Americans, God rest their souls, but they were
Yeah.
not prepared for that stuff, man. They were just sent in there half-assed. Honestly,
So
Vietnam half-assed.
when you think of Nazi Germany and World War II, two questions come to mind. Did Hitler actually commit the unalive act, or did he not? Right? That's one.
So-
The other one is,
Okay.
how did all of them, or a majority of them, manage to escape the country and flee to South America, like Argentina? I have a theory
So
for the second one, of how they fled.
So you're saying some kind of tunnel action they had going, some kind of tunnel system that was built.
You could say, yeah, sure. I believe that they had
Well, a lot
higher
of
ups.
them, I think. Well, I know, Billy, you got a great point going here, but a lot of them had to flee because, the U.S. was on the hunt.
Yeah,
They were catching them.
yeah.
I mean, Hitler, you guys know he unalived himself.
Allegedly, though, right?
Well,
There's no actual evidence that he did.
what do you think he did? He would rather. I think personally, as us. I'm not gonna say anything crazy, bro. Us knowing the database of Hitler, I think he would rather unalive himself than being captured by U.S. forces because even till this day, his nest in the mountains is still.
The Eagles nest.
Yes, you could still visit that till this day.
So
Which is still, they put a bomb in it. They put multiple actual bombs in it, but it did not destroy the building. So you can still visit it. It's still standing.
he wasn't more. He was hoping the United States would have gotten to him first, but the Soviets actually got to Berlin first.
Yeah,
And he knew damn well if the Soviets got a hold of him, he would have rather been off on. He would have been better off unaliving himself.
Yeah, he was. Listen, he's sick. Okay, he was sick in the head. Of
course
for
he
you
was.
to have those ideologies in the first place, to think you're superior to races and all these things, you have to be sick in the head to begin with. To kill millions and millions and beyond millions of people.
On record, 6 million plus
you would
Jews
think
were,
that a man, yes,
were killed during
just
the
Jews,
Holocaust.
not including everybody else.
Then there was homosexuals,
The
cripples,
Polish.
there were all gypsies, all sorts
Yes,
of other
everything
cultures,
who was
races.
not him.
Yeah.
That is racism. So you would think a man that he would unalive himself rather than be captured by Allied forces.
Specifically
it's
the
no surprise,
Soviets.
Yes,
My gosh,
no
yeah.
surprise to he would off himself before being captured by somebody. He's a very sick man, very sick, evil individual.
Yeah. So
Who's
he was
probably also rotting and burning in hell right now. If you
No.
aren't religious,
He certainly should be. if not.
he's definitely.
So there's
Burning
record evidence
somewhere.
that he was in his secret bunker in Berlin with his
Mhm.
his woman who he married like days before they both died. Ava Braun was her name.
Oh, Ava Braun. So that's something very spoke about.
Yeah. She unalived herself, and allegedly Hitler did right after her.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So it's a pride thing. It's more of an egotistical thing.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
to speak.
but there is evidence that Nazi Germans escaped
Yeah, his
from
his
being
regime.
captured by the Allies, or they escaped the regime in the fallout
Yes.
of World War II.
his regime did escape. It wasn't
to
like,
South America.
after he was done. It wasn't just like okay, that was it. You know,
Yeah.
there's other officers that are still out there.
Yeah, yeah.
They escaped after he fell. So
yeah.
I believe there was tunnels and secret ways to get to
Speaking of
the
that,
escape.
there's theories and conspiracies, if you will, that the Vatican, higher ups within the Catholic Church,
I believe so.
helped facilitate the escape of Nazi German refugees.
Yes.
The higher ups, and they facilitated the escape to South America, like Argentina and Brazil, and
Mhm.
Colombia.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You would have to think these Vaticans are threatened. They are, they're civilians. They are worshippers of what they believe in their religion and this and that.
Jesus
And
Christ.
these people were threatened by these
Yeah.
gruesome, evil human beings.
And a lot
you
of
know?
people think that the
And-
Vatican City is in Italy. It's not in Italy. The Vatican City itself is actually its own area. It's like Washington D.C. It might be within Maryland, but it's not in Maryland. It's its own district. It's its own
Huh.
country, if you will. Yeah. So I don't know if you knew
I-
that, but the Vatican Vatican City is its own entity of
Oh, Vatican City. That
yeah.
explains it.
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
city part of it, I would assume. Don't look at him. He's belligerent.
Yeah, a little too much to drink.
Yeah, I'm done.
Well, he also
dude.
took the condom off his mic, so
Yeah.
that
he did.
says a lot.
I'm fucking done.
gloves off.
Gloves
So,
off.
what do you
I'm
think?
done.
What do you think, Justin? Did the Vatican actually facilitate the safe passage of Nazi Germans to?
I believe so.
South
I mean, you're
America?
threatening these innocent people. I mean, the reason I say that, Bill, and I don't want to be off topic for you guys or anything like that, but think about the Vikings, where they were raiding parts of, anywhere they could. That was also including, I'm sorry, I forgot the word right now.
It's okay.
What was the Vikings they were raiding?
You failed.
Monasteries. Sorry, monasteries and things like that. These are worshipers. These are people of God, and they do God's work. Supposedly. I believe it could be truth. These are innocent people, and you're
You would like
you're
to think not.
you're
right?
facing well.
But there's a lot of conspiracies within the Catholic Church itself.
Yeah, I know. General, man, listen. Bill, religion gets very deep. Okay,
It's very,
there's
very deep.
thousands and not even thousands. There's many thousands of years that we could talk about religion and how it could have
Tons of scripts,
perhaps indoctrinated a
scriptures,
certain
texts,
culture or a race
stories.
or a lot of things. The only reason we know about the Vikings is because of their their writings. You know, the way we know about Vikings is because someone else wrote about them, not because the Vikings and the runes that they wrote. but
Right, and
because
also-
of what those people of those monasteries saw. You know, and Vikings were ruthless, and that's the way I like to think of these regimes where they escaped through them, because I mean they threatened them. I
And
mean, there's no other way. You
Viking
threaten
remains
these-
were found in
these-
North America too. I don't know if you know
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
There's weaponry and
that.
gosh, Bjorn Ironside and
Bones.
and
There's proof and evidence that the Vikings came to North America well before Christopher Columbus did.
but here's the thing that really pisses me off. A little bit of a side note, a little bit off topic since Billy wanted to mention this. It pisses me off because there's not many mentions of Bjorn or I'm sorry, I main protagonist of this.
Ivar the Boneless.
Ivar, well, of course, Ivar. The family
The real
of
people. The family of Ragnar.
yes, Ragnar Lothbrok, which I love to hear more stories about. But the only
The
thing that
Shield Maiden
these are
Ragnar.
legendary stories because we only have the stories. We don't. There's not much, honestly, on the Vikings. So, you guys that go in there and look up YouTube videos and stuff, there's not much to say about them. Even though I would like to believe that you watch the show Vikings, of course, blah blah blah.
You learn a
et
little
cetera,
bit
et
about it in
cetera.
school, but that's really it.
Yeah, there's not much to go based off of their legendary tales. Like I said, just tales.
Yeah.
You know, that's all we have to go off of them. And absolutely insane if those tales are true on the Vikings, because the Vikings were absolutely barbaric. Anyway, my point is I believe that, yes, they were snuck through because you threaten the church or anything, monastery, religion. These are innocent people, and you're talking about Nazis at this point. So, yeah, they
But-
were snuck through at some point.
But even though at that point
In the war and in history,
Mhm.
the Nazi Party and Nazi Germany, the empire was collapsing. So
Mm-hmm.
you,
Yeah. They had to make it
it's-
out some way.
it's
Billy.
hard for me
They had to
to-
run away from something.
I get that part, but it's hard for me to sit here and go, they strong-armed the Catholic Church and the papacy, the Vatican.
How so?
To
I mean, they're evil. They're literally
Right.
evil. Like, not just you're
But
not
they
talking
were-
about Warmocked some soldiers.
they were on the verge of absolute defeat. So, but I do believe
that the Vatican did help facilitate the escape of the Nazi
Yes.
refugees. I just don't think that they were strong-armed into doing it. I think
So how do you think?
there was money involved.
what do you think, Isaac?
It's tough to say. Oh, sorry. Excuse me, guys.
I may go to sleep,
It's tough to say.
Be honest with you.
You know, they already had, I think.
Let's wrap this shit up.
Well, Isaac's a bitch.
Justin, go ahead.
I'm done. I'm fucking
I mean,
done.
at that time, you know, of course, it was, you know, as time goes on, there's always about money and gold and things of that nature.
Nazi
but-
treasures found all over
Yeah, of course, but
Fucking done.
those people, especially back in the day, not like churches, you know, nowadays, which is it's different. But I'm not gonna discriminate, nothing like that. The things back in the day was more about religious and ideology reasons than, you know, what they were trading with. Let's say.
the world. Bartering
Whether
system.
a bartering system, which is a good way to put it, you know, whether that was caps or or you know, money, treasures, anything like that. I
Yeah.
think it was very different because a lot of those places were supported by the people in them, the surrounding, I guess, kings, queens. You know, I know not at the time that we're discussing, but. Like nowadays, it's everything is a business. You know, everything is about cash and
That's
stuff
the
like that. So
story of time.
it's kind of the same. So
Yeah.
I think they could have been smarter. They were innocents, and some of them were, and some of them perhaps not. I don't know. I can't say for certain.
If you were involved in the Nazi regime and you were a higher up official,
The word innocent doesn't apply.
Yeah, right. So that yeah, like I said, evil. Yeah, use that term very strictly because evil is evil. It's
Absolutely.
so
So-
very different than
To go off
What were you
of
saying?
another
talk about.
World War II conspiracy theory, did the Japanese actually, in fact, commit bioweapon experiments?
It was
on
the
Chinese.
the 7
So it was the Japanese Unit 731, which
Yeah.
was established in China. The city was
Mhm.
called Hagren or something like that. Guys, if you Google it, it'll give
yeah.
you like
So I don't speak Mandarin.
yeah. It was
That's Chinese though, by the way.
it was part of the Mandarin. I forget the exact word for it, but it was part of the Japanese detachment, and they were
They were considering them as a
they looked at the Chinese as subhuman, like the Germans looked at the
Yeah,
Jews as being
yeah,
subhuman.
yeah.
Okay.
That's what it was.
And a lot of people don't know that Japan had been at war with China for many, many years. I mean 10 plus years by the time World War II kicked off. The Japanese Sino Wars. Japan was committing mass genocide against the Chinese. I mean, it's just atrocities that would make your skin crawl. Japanese despised the Chinese.
They were considered logs, like that's what they considered the people that they were testing on. So they tested a lot of different things. You know, it was
Yeah.
chemical and
different experiments, like
Yeah.
like they were.
and I believe that was true because I mean you could see that in their you know, guerrilla warfare as it is. You know, the traps that they placed. I believe it definitely is true. It's not just conspiracy, especially with a lot of things that happened at those times. It wasn't like the technology that we have nowadays, and the rules and the laws and regulations that we have around chemical-based warfare or experiments. You know, MK Ultra, for example, one of them, the American. Yeah, that was
experiments from the 50s to the
hallucin.
70s.
Halluc.
They used LSD to
yeah. Hallucinogens.
hallucinogens
Shit.
to conduct social experiments
Yeah.
for mind control.
That's what they're trying to do. That's what Black Ops 1, if you guys ever
It was
played
the Manchu Detachment 731, and some of the experiments that they committed in there. I mean, just absolutely.
that. Yeah, there's a lot of shit, honestly.
It was a
not
covert
just-
biological chemical warfare research and development.
Yeah. You got to think,
attachment.
this is back in the day where, you know, nowadays you can't use chemical warfare at all. But back in the days, a lot of shit went undercover, and they were always trying to test things on humans. And, I mean, that's just the fact of the matter. you
It's
know?
on-
I hate to say it, but
It's on record.
don't think that your government, even till this day, would not do it. Because believe me, they would. They
Yeah, get your tinfoil hats on, guys.
I don't know if I should be saying this, but the government does not care or give a shit about the human people. Whatever aligns their pockets, but beyond aligning their pockets, it's what's most important to their studies. So never trust the government and never trust a president who says, don't worry, the government is on its way. They're not. They're there to hurt you. So don't ever trust that. And that's why we believe in our Constitution. And for you UK folk out there who don't understand why we have a Constitution, because you guys are fucking a little bit delusional on that. We have that Constitution to protect us from government rights and law enforcement alike. So that's why we have that Constitution written in place. So us people, we have that freedom and protection against them, the higher power, quote unquote. So before you go and question why would you follow the Constitution, that's exactly why. For you UK fucks out there who don't understand that, because I've heard this time and time again from you guys that don't understand why we follow this Constitution that was written hundreds of years ago or thousands of years ago, whatever it was fucking written. I don't even know when it was written. Okay? Hundreds of years ago. We follow that for a reason. Is stand up to against the government, we the people. That's why we have that written in place. okay? And you guys are on a different level. That's why you guys only have knives.
Some of their fucking yeah.
All right. So I wanted to throw that out there because I hate seeing that comment always thrown around on especially social media.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
you guys follow this shit. It was from whatever 1776. Blah, blah. Well, that was a declaration, but we have these constitutions written in place because that's what helps us against government. So
Yeah, right on.
I don't know what you guys have against whatever. You have a prime minister or some shit. What do they have? King?
They have a prime minister.
Prime
and they
minister
have,
or some shit, they're-
A king, a royal monarch.
Yeah, they're royally fucked.
Yeah. So with this Japanese lethal human experiment regiment, people say it didn't exist, but it's on record that
Well,
it's
it's kind of strange that
it
they
did.
don't.
I know.
It depends
and,
who's saying these things. Is it
No.
Japan saying these things, or is it
No, I've
Americans
seen,
also agreeing with?
I've been on forums on Reddit where people are like, man, that's just all telltale and this and that. But
Why would it be a telltale though? I
see,
don't understand.
and that's what I don't. That's what I don't get.
A lot of these people.
It's on record. There were over 14,000 executions committed at this facility of
well,
Chinese.
quote unquote, there was also considered more.
Yes, right. I mean, they were doing things to these people like they were doing frostbite experiments. They were exposing these people to the elements and seeing how long it would take for them to develop
Yeah,
frostbite.
chemical- I
They
don't
were-
know why you guys disregard this stuff.
they
It
were-
was back in the day. It's not nowadays.
They were
but
injecting them with different diseases and concoctions.
this shit was always
see the-
happening. I don't care which country it was. This shit was always
yeah,
considered to me, in my opinion, was always happening. You can guarantee. You look up anything about any country, and there was some human experiments going on. Because this shit was hard to trace. It's not like the technology and all the shit we had nowadays. They used to use fucking pigeons, man. I'm kidding.
Oh, gee.
But no, they didn't have the technology that we obviously have nowadays. So doing these experiments was very easily hidden and covert to their operations that they've had going. So I don't know why would people disregard this shit.
were-
I feel like it's Japanese Japanese little agents going on and saying this shit because I don't disregard. Even Americans had some shit. Dude, they had MK Ultra, man. For crying out loud. I fucking disagree with that shit too.
We had.
I believe it
internment
was
camps as
real.
well.
I believe it was real,
Yeah.
but I don't agree with it. They're
MK
doing a lot of fucked up experiments, man.
MK Ultra was confirmed.
Yeah, that is extremely real. No
the,
shit.
The United States also had.
Everyone's trying to
internment camps.
race to. They're always trying to be 5 steps ahead, right? We're talking about world wars. We're going to wars with country, not just Marines and soldiers invading Iraq nowadays. You know, we're talking about world wars, trying to hit the space race and all of these things. You know, of
Oh.
course, America and every other country is going to take advantage of what they can in order to win these races against other countries. You know, so
It's
no
all
doubt
a
in my
race.
mind.
The Cold War was a race. The race to the moon.
No shit. Guess who won, bitch?
Soviet Russia did get the first humans in space, and dog, I believe, and woman. But
we hit the moon first.
that's goddamn right. And that's even a fucking conspiracy
I'm not
in and of itself. People believe that the moon landing was rigged and fake.
Well, yeah, it was just on a green screen, bro. They had green screens back
I
then.
don't believe
Obviously, that
that.
was very simple. And the dark side of the moon is actually a lot of aliens live on the dark side of it, so no one knows what that side looks like. By the way,
For those of you that can't see it, Justin pulled out his tinfoil hat right now and is praying to his
that's
spaghetti
true.
god.
That's true. It's the dark side of the moon. There's a lot of alien races going on there. You just can't see it because we only went there once.
Well, there's also a theory that the moon is an artificial man-made satellite and it's hollowed out and has
yes, it's
secret experiments.
yes,
inside
deep
of it.
down, it's a planet, man. Deep down,
That's
it's
insane.
in its core. It's like Earth. We live on the surface of Earth.
The
but
moon's
they,
a fucking rock.
yeah. They live on the inside of the moon. Okay.
If you believe that shit,
Especially the
you're
dark
gonna be
side.
crazy.
The dark
But,
side.
I mean,
The whole dark side of the moon is a civilization built upon that.
Oh yeah. Like
But on the surface, what we
you've
can
seen
see,
Transformers,
it's
Dark
all
Side
hidden.
of the Moon, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Fucking shit.
It's all hidden. The surface that we could see is all hidden inside the moon. So you have to go inside it, okay? Which takes a lot of experimentation. But that's for the elite. That's for the very secret of secret. But on the dark side, there's a surface that people live upon it.
Wow,
So we already have that established.
that just blew my mind.
Just like with the flat Earth, you know, when you go to the moon and you see how flat the Earth is, it's just
The Earth isn't flat.
it is. It's fucking.
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
When they go to the moon, right? You go to the moon, you see the Earth and all that stuff. It's just a fucking facade. The outside of the Earth is a facade.
You've officially lost.
The Earth is actually flat, like this cup. You know, you see the top of it. It's just flat. That's how the fucking Earth looks. It's just flat. When you go see it on the outside, it's a facade. That's why we have all these tools and mechanics that when you throw them out into the ocean, you can see the edge of the Earth. That's why we have these tools.
Wow. Listeners and viewers, Justin has officially lost his fucking mind.
No, I have not. That's why the Earth is fucking flat, damn it. We have all these tools to measure everything, and they have proven time and time again that the Earth is fucking flat. You see it like Bioshock Infinite, right? The fucking Earth is flat.
Video game.
Yes, that's also true. It's also true. Now, not everything is fucking floating on rockets and all this, you know, all this shit like they have, but it is flat. You know, it's fake waterfalls, it's fake oceans, all of this shit. Everything is falling into the Earth on the outside of it.
That's insane. Well, I think I've had enough conspiracy theories because that blew my fucking mind.
That's fucking bullshit. Go ahead and look it up. Do your research. Make sure, you know what? Make sure you guys subscribe. Hit the bell. Go follow us on all our socials, man. We got Facebook. We got Instagram. We got fucking Spotify. For those of you who do not like videos and you just want to watch and listen to fall asleep to, or when you're playing a mindless game, or brain rots,
Long car rides.
or long car rides. Man, go follow this.
Doing cardio at the gym.
Oh, even when you're working out, because this is what that podcast is about, man.
That's right. Good shit, Justin. I will agree with you on
Really, I do appreciate every single one of you watching our channel, man, and all of those that are subscribed. I really do appreciate you. Those of you who are not,
Son of a bitch.
hit the
that.
subscribe
Hey, Isaac's back.
button.
Holy shit.
Oh, he woke up finally.
Mic was off.
Um,
I'm just tired. That's all.
Hit the
It's just like,
subscribe
no.
button. Hit the bell. Comment, man. What the fuck is your favorite conspiracy theory? And if you have your own to add, please add them in the comments. Maybe we'll discuss it on a future episode. But thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah, tuning into the madness, the chaos, malarkey that is Brotivation. Conspiracy episode. We talked a lot of shit. We talked about a lot of bullshit, but we will not give you shit for content. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Side of Brotivation. This is one of our very few episodes that we will do that. So if you want to continue to see more of these kinds of episodes, please go ahead, comment, like, subscribe, dislike it if you did not like it. But if you do like it, it lets us know in our future videos how we did.
Show all your friends. Show all your family. Maybe not your wives and sisters, but you know.
You absolutely should do that.
Isaac, any final thoughts, closing thoughts for the episode?
I mean, honestly, man, conspiracy theories can be a rabbit hole, and there's just so much to talk about. It's honestly just a fun thing for people just to dive into, delve into for hours and hours on end, and you never ever get to where you want to get. And I've learned that throughout the years, whether it's from my teachers, from me. People just they just like the fun of it, you know.
Yeah.
And
It
that's
is
what I've learned.
exciting. I would like to believe that Atlantis is real, but I know it's not.
Allegedly, they discovered it. but,
No,
hey.
they did not, Billy. They never did.
That's why I said allegedly.
For a fact, they haven't.
So if
But
you
I
guys
would
want,
like to think so.
if you guys want us to talk more about conspiracy theories, or you have some that you would like us to talk about, let us know what they are, what they could be, what you think we could elaborate more on from what we have talked about. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, shoot us a message. Talk to us. We will talk back to you, and you know what? We'll go from there. How about that?
That sounds good. That sounds really good. Anyone that think they could bring valuable information to our podcast, we will discuss that with terms and conditions.
If you want to come on the show and roast the dog shit out of us, you know what? Hey,
oh, please
we
do.
will welcome it.
I would enjoy.
We will welcome it. People like seeing us fall on our face. Guys, this was episode
You
12.
can try.
And we are not quitting. We are not going anywhere. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching and listening. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't done so already, it's not too late.
yeah,
Go
hit
ahead
the
and
red
do that.
button, man. Oh shit! Hit the red button. It's free, man.
So-
All you gotta do is hit the red button. It's free. You don't have to pay nothing. Look at that.
Right. Everything's free. Everything's free. So, guys, with that being said, this was episode 12 of...
Motivation, baby.
Motivation.
Yeah, that's goddamn right. Guys, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been really fun. Ladies and gentlemen, motivation out.
Eat, lift,
And conquer.
and
motherfucker.
conquer.
Goddamn right.
All you gotta do.
I should have known the stream deck was fucking gonna